Like a friendly skull.
How embarrassing.
Skeletor shirt. I love
I
it.
got it.
I
Friendly
have
skull.
fuzzy Snoopy pants.
wearing
I don't
mine
know
only
if that
B12.
counts.
And we're
I'm wearing
live,
my
by the
radio
way.
theater
So hi,
shirt.
everybody.
Oh,
We're talking
Hi,
about
everybody.
shirts.
I'm not going to be. I love that.
Just
That's
to
great.
be clear, I mean, I'm not fine with, but I don't hate the Punisher. But it's that his symbol has been co-opted by all kinds of horrible people. So,
Okay,
you know.
now we understand. You just don't want the internet to
Yeah.
come after you.
Yeah, until that skull's only meant good things.
Yeah. It's a cheery skull. It's like a friendly skull. Also,
Are
Jason
you
might die.
baddies?
Yeah.
It's a pretty
So
cute
that might
skull.
happen. Yep. So I think we're ready.
Hi, live stream. Hi, bootleg.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Does that mean I should start now, or that we have to do something to get ready to start? Does that mean?
As long as everybody is recording,
My mom's watching, so hi, Mom.
She can-
Aw,
and she
hi,
can see
Erica's
us.
Mom.
Pretty
Yep.
sure my
We love
partner's
your
watching too.
daughter.
She can't watch the whole
Yeah.
time,
Hi, Argus
but
Mom.
Oh.
she'll be watching for a while.
okay, good, because
I always
she's
get
our
the update.
she's
It's
our viewer.
important. Yep.
All right. Okay, yeah, I think we're ready. If everybody's recording, then we're ready to go.
I believe I'm recording.
Recording.
I'm recording.
Yep, for a whole minute and a half.
Oh, I know.
Me too. Minute 37.
Yeah.
It's all gold. All right, I'm going to start, unless someone says don't start right now.
Don't start right now.
Don't start right now.
No, start
You see,
right
we
now.
started that. I have
Um,
no inner monologue. I'll just let you guys know. It's only outer monologue.
That is
so-
not.
It's
Yeah,
good for D&D.
yeah. Just
Okay.
let it roll,
I'll
Georgia.
let you know. I'll
It's
let
an
you
audio
know.
medium.
Yeah.
Erica
Yeah.
can tell me, she can give me the finger when she wants to.
All right.
Sure, it rolls a 20.
Not that she would ever do that, Erica's mom.
I don't think the FCC allows this.
Did Jason freeze?
Quiet.
No, I'm waiting for you to start.
Oh,
Welcome
normally you
back,
start these.
everybody,
You did a
to
perfect statue
for
impression.
questions such as these. I don't know what's going on.
Welcome back to Total Jason Kill, your favorite
No!
D&D
No!
podcast,
No!
where either Jason Snell or Peter Dragonforge will die. I'm your dungeon master,
That's a twist.
Tony Sindelar.
Dire.
Coming in
And
hot.
this is one of those exciting actual play D&D podcasts where the players realize that they did not read their contracts that they signed carefully all those years ago when we started the adventure. Why are we writing this in our own blood, they asked. But they did not get an answer to that question. Allow me to introduce our characters in the order in which they are most in peril. Starting
Hi,
off,
everybody.
it's Jason Snell.
I am playing Peter Dragonforge, possibly for the
moment.
last time. He is in the arms of Bahamut. Well, no, not yet, but he is in the stomach of a crocodile, and using his last remaining lay on hands healing to keep himself from being digested, which will kill him in a couple of turns after that is done. So he's got the ticking clock inside the belly of the crocodile for Peter.
Slightly further at the, I guess, one of the ends of the digestion track, not yet in it, I guess, in the jaws of the beast that Peter is in the belly of, it's one Georgia Dow. Hi, Georgia.
Hi, I'm playing Acrid Balasar, and Acrid is also sick. I'm sick. So this is Acrid's sick voice. So I'm still role-playing a voice, and Acrid has just found an egg. While she's squeezed, there we go. So, God Bahami, save me.
Yeah, this is just a
I don't think
reminder.
anything else will.
After you fight a giant crocodile, wash your hands, people. I think otherwise you get salmonella. So,
I
yeah.
think I am Salmonella.
Okay. Interesting.
Dragonborn. I'm just going to let you
Multi-class.
guys know if you didn't already know.
Salmonella
with,
run a
you
bail
know.
bondsmanship.
Also here, it's, in vicinity of the monster, not in super peril, like our people who are in the process of being devoured, but also here, it's Eric Ensign.
Yeah, I'm not being devoured, but I'm really distressed that so many of my friends are. So yes, plus the human rogue.
Yeah, and also in the fray, it's Sarah Barber. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hey, I'm playing Rizwin, the Dwarven cleric, who will hopefully maybe see if she can help Peter from dying.
Yeah,
It's a question.
it's healthcare is complicated.
It is.
Far away, not that far away, but slightly out of the immediate danger, at least out of the area of the snapping jaws of this horrible crocodile alligator beast, is safely almost in a nearby room. It's Steve Lutz.
Hey, it's me, playing Alestrin Quiverbottom, as usual, an Elven Ranger who tends to stay in the other room when combat is going on.
Health is a team resource.
True to form, I'm out in the hallway.
Yep.
But I'm not the only one.
And also in that hallway, in that foyer to this horrible temple room, in that the safety that is that vestibule, it is Monty Ashley.
Hi, I'm playing Melik, the Tiefling Wizard. According to my notes, I am out of encounter and daily powers, and we're facing two creatures, one of which is a lizard folk brawler, and one of which is the champion, a giant killer crocodile.
Yeah. So allow me to, it's been a little while since we played. Allow me to paint the picture for our players and our listeners again. Many of you are in the inner sanctum of this lizard folk temple where you're facing off with the champion, the so-called champion of the tribe, who is a giant, gargantuan alligator/crocodile monstrosity. Peter Dragonforge currently in the belly of the beast. Acrid Balasar currently in the jaws of the beast. You have breached this inner sanctum at the instructions of one Enda Yates, bandit leader, who is in search of two giant rubies, which are the eyes of one of the statues in this room. So remember, people, you're in this for money. You have struck a deal with Enda where she has given you information about how to return to the surface, but she is very focused on the material wealth that is to be gained by those ruby eyes on the giant statue. At this point, you have slain many of the lizard folk warriors that were guarding this room. There is a single brawler left. He is relatively doing okay. He's not bloodied. The champion himself, you've dumped a lot of damage into him. Also, not currently bloodied. Peter Dragonforge is a ticking clock as he is slowly being digested. Thankfully, he is tough. He's got a lot of, usually, he started it with at least with a lot of health. He has the ability to heal himself. So as far as people to get eaten by an alligator, he's probably the best one, right, Jason?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Really, the only complicating factor about that is the name of this sub-podcast is Dragonforge and Associates. So I'm just saying, people, there could be room on that masthead if, we're not just going to call the podcast Associates, is what I'm saying.
It's a Valerie's family situation.
Not good for
the
SEO.
Connors.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Quiverbottom and Associates?
I'm not. I'll let the players fight that one out.
Quiverbottom's pals.
Mm.
We might need to make sure we save Peter, is what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
Yeah, for branding reasons alone.
Yeah.
Jason, just look on the bright side. We didn't print any T-shirts with your name on it. That would have been ill-fated. So let us just run through. We're going to jump back into combat. Melik, you are at the top of the order. You have already reminded us that you are out of daily and encounter power spells.
Yep.
Flessa will be next. The champion will be after that, followed by Acrid, followed by the Lizard Scale Brawler, followed by Enda, followed by Peter, followed by Olestian, and at the end of the order is Rizwin. So I'm going to try not to rush you. I like combat to move somewhat briskly, but this is a tense, high-stakes situation. You have not seen Peter for several seconds because he's been in the inside the beast for, I think, more than a round or two at this point. So that's upsetting to you. And probably panic is starting to set in since you've never seen your leader eaten by an alligator before. So,
Always a first
Melik.
time.
Yeah, Melik. I will also remind you, I'm trying to be your friend so that if you die, it's your fault.
That does sound friendly.
Guys,
Gosh.
I'm dealing with this grief poorly. I will remind you, breaking grabs is helpful. So Acrid is currently grabbed by the beast. So if anyone who goes before the champion has the ability to break that grab, that might be useful.
What do you roll against?
they would need to give you a special ability that would that would slide the beast or slide Acrid or something like that. So I don't know if Malik or Flessa has that option, but I'm just mentioning that here. So
I do, but I would rather put some damage into the champion because I don't think we've done enough of that. And I'd like to thank Past Monty for writing down my combat options, so I know what I want to do.
You left notes to yourself of what you should do?
Yes.
Can you run us? Are there options, or is it just like do this?
My attack plan: while there are 2 or more creatures, hypnotism on non-champion creature, D20 plus 10 versus will to make them do a melee basic against the champion with +4 to the attack roll. Otherwise, magic missile, automatic 8 damage on whatever's left. So that's what I'm going to do. I will raise my orb high and send out some cool spirals at this brawler and attempt to hypnotize him into attacking the champion for me.
All right, so you get to do an attack versus will on the brawler.
Not a great one. I rolled a 14.
Let me tell you, Monty Ashley, Melik, you know what the will of a poison scale brawler is?
I don't.
It is 14. Tie goes to the attacker. So he is going to turn, and he is going to club the champion.
Excellent. He has a +4 to the attack roll.
He rolled a 19 on the die.
Yeah.
So, wow. And you know what? He's like really good at this. I guess he's beating you guys up a lot.
Yeah.
That's 16 damage.
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
You know what just happened?
We bloodied that alligator?
You convinced the poison scale brawler to bloody the champion. All right, maybe you guys have a chance. Yeah. All right, good choice.
All according to plan.
Yeah, the poison scale brawler is way tougher than a lot of you are. So yeah. So that was your action, Monty, or is that a minor?
That's my action. It seemed like plenty.
Yeah, it seemed pretty good. Do you want to move or do any minors?
No.
Okay, there is a sad turtle nearby if you wanted to comfort it.
Oh, you're fine, turtle. You'll be all right. Have you ever considered taking up ninjutsu?
I think we made all those jokes last time. So.
And we're doing them again. Now it's a running gag.
Is that how it works? All right. So, you know what? Maybe this is the beginning of the end for the champion. You have finally bloodied this giant, awful beast. I feel like you at least have a fighting chance here. Eric Ensign, it is Flessa's turn next.
All right. Well, I have a note that I have Favor of the Gods right now, which I don't actually remember exactly what that does.
But I like it. It gives you a reroll if you miss with an attack roll.
Okay, good. All right. Flessa is super panicked that Peter has been inside this giant thing for so long, and this thing's really, really giant. So I think Flessa is going to try to jump on its back and try to cut Peter out with her dagger.
Shallow cuts, people. Cut away from you. Cut away from you is what I was always taught in Boy Scouts when I was gutting a giant alligator.
So yeah, so I'm guessing like an acrobatics check of some sort to be able to jump up onto its enormous back. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. So that's a 25.
Okay. You are on its back. You have combat advantage.
Yay. So I don't know where to put myself. Like I would actually be like right in the same spot Peter is probably.
Yeah, let's just put you there. He's a big alligator.
That's right, because I forgot he takes up the.
Yeah. He's there's some difference between the art. It's also weird where Dungeons and Dragons thinks all characters are squares, and I'm like, you know what's not a square is an alligator. I think of alligators. No offense. I think of you as a rectangle.
They're more of a rectangle, yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, so
no offense.
This is going to be an up close and personal, very personal sly flourish to try to slice open sort of the side of the alligator skin.
All right.
Trying to cut Peter right out. All right. So I guess I don't need. How long does Favor of the Gods last? I'm just curious because that was an 18 on the die, so I'm pretty sure I'm going.
Yes. Until the end of my next turn, and it's not my turn.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't really need to re-roll that one because that's a lot. It's like 31, I think.
That's pretty good. I don't remember exactly, but I think you know that the beast has an AC in the mid to high 20s.
All right. So for regular
I don't know what the
damage,
lowest number you've hit on so far is, but you know.
regular damage is 9, and then sneak attack. I don't get to reroll damage dice, do I?
I don't believe so. Favor of the Gods is only an attack roll.
Okay. So then it is 11 points of sneak attack damage.
All right, there is a spray of crocodile alligator blood. The beast kind of groans as you're like trying to cut into its side, trying to find Peter. You are just fishing around in a decent-sized hole that you've cut, Flessa, of alligator guts, but there does not seem to be currently where you're cutting any sight or sound of Peter Dragonforge. It's a big alligator, so he could be anywhere in there.
Right.
We're going to learn a lot on this adventure, people.
But I do not have any minor actions left, so that's it for me.
All right. It is the champion's turn next. The champion kind of like tries to wriggle, and you are just hanging on, Flessa, so it can't really do anything about that. So the champion, I think, is going to focus on the large dragonborn warlord that is currently in its jaws. Let's see. The champion is going to attempt to swallow a creature in its jaws. Georgia, this is going to be an attack versus fortitude.
Can I just sprawl out just so that I just
You can try. Yeah, you can try. I mean, you're very fortitudinous, right?
Yep.
Well, I will tell you, you're stretching out like you're just like, and the jaws are crushing on you and you're like holding them open. So I think you're going to be successful. 14 versus your fortitude.
4.
No. Your fortitude. I rolled a 14 to attack your fortitude.
God bless you rolled, not me, because that was.
Tell me, what is your fortitude?
18. +1,
All
19.
Right. All right, the jaws are like clamping, and Acrid is holding strong as the jaws fail to crush down and swallow you. That's his standard action. Can he do anything else? I think he was really expecting to swallow you.
Why didn't you do that, Jason? Just not get swallowed.
Yeah, Jason. Let's blame the victim, some people.
Yeah.
All right.
Peter's fortitude also 18 +1, but not good enough.
I think I
rolled well.
Let me tell you, your chances of getting swallowed with an 18 are high, but I rolled very poorly on versus Acrid. So speaking of Acrid, it's your turn. You're still in the jaws of the alligator crocodile monstrosity. I believe you could do a move action to try and get out. It is hard to get out. You can also, being in the jaws of the crocodile does not impede your ability to just attack.
Can I attack by like slicing upwards, just so that he can't swallow me the next time?
He's gonna try to swallow you as long as you're in his jaws. That's what he does.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you gotta
I will
escape.
Just attack then.
Yeah, the crocodile. I mean, he's got a limited
or attack. Yeah, you could just attack.
I'm gonna attack just because if I'm going down.
You could. Let me just say, the attack is a standard action. The getting out of the grab is a move action. You can do both in whatever order.
I will try to get out of the grab first, and then I will try to attack.
All right. So getting out of the grab, recapping things that we talked about on last episode, but have been many weeks in real time. It is either a athletics check to try and like force your way out, or an acrobatics check to wriggle out. And I listened to last week's or previous episode, so I know that for Acrid, you want to athletics because your athletics is much better than your acrobatics.
Yes. Sorry, can I just go through how it works? So it's 10 on it.
So you
roll to my strength. My strength is 19.
To get out, you're going to do an athletics check. So you're going to roll a d20, and your athletics modifier is +10. So you're going to roll a d20 and add 10. It is still going to be hard to get out, even with your amazing athletics.
19.
Not enough.
I got a 9. I rolled
you
a 9.
strain, and it's like you and the alligator are in a contest of wills. It is trying to crush you, and you are not letting it crush you and swallow you. But also, you are trying to get out, and it's not letting you get out. So you're in a bit of a stalemate. which
Throwing
is,
away the sky.
also you're still inside the crocodile's mouth. So that's not a great geography location to have a stalemate, but for now, no one's winning. So that was your attempted move action. You can now attack the crocodile while you're in its mouth.
I will do that with Warlord's Favor. And I'm going to attack with my vicious longsword. I hope it's scared.
I don't know if this thing is capable of fear.
I don't think it's really scared.
Maybe it's hunger, anger. Those are its go-to emotions.
It's not hungry right now, says Peter.
What is my +2? 21.
You are stabbing at it, but you don't, and it's hard to miss when you're inside the crocodile's mouth, but you don't know if you're doing any damage. So, all right. So, Acrid, I think that was your turn. Up next is the poison scale brawler, the lizard folk, kind of who hangs out in this room and curries favor with the champion. Now, Monty, he was briefly mind controlled. Is he no longer mind controlled?
No, that's it. Very brief hypnotist. Hey, attack that. Okay. Hey, what?
All right. He turns around and he's like, what's going on? And he is going to attack Rizwin because Rizwin is right there. Rizwin, you have a club coming at your head.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
24 versus AC.
That will hit.
All right. He is going to hit you pretty hard. He can do that because he hit the champion pretty hard. 17 damage.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Okay.
Club damage.
That is unfortunate.
Join the club. No.
So you said 17?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not bloodied. But
All right. But you're sad.
I'm sad.
All right. Enda is up next. I think I was controlling Enda last time, but I think I'll let Jason do something slightly more active this time. Jason, I think you have a stat block for Enda?
I do, and she's got a special attack that she can do.
I think she may have just done that.
Okay, well then I'm going to check and see if it recharged.
Yes.
It did. So she's going to do that again.
All right. I think it has a cool name, right?
Tumbling Toss.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna make a shift because why not? Which is cool.
Yep.
So I can't move her. So.
Oh, sorry.
If you
Where do you
give
want her
me
to
that
go?
power, I could do that.
Let me see
up
if
on the log. The scary log that we attacked.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the battle.
She doesn't have to move. You can do that later. She can shift. She doesn't have to. She does gain combat advantage.
Yep.
What does that give me in 4E? Remind me.
+2.
Just
+2. And I don't know if she does extra. She might do extra damage when she has combat advantage because she's a rogue.
Sneak attack.
She gets extra. This attack gives her extra damage because she's an NPC. So her, her mechanic is a little bit different.
It is. It's a little simpler.
So that's 31 versus AC.
All right. So Enda kind of does like a dash sidestep around the monster up onto one of these logs floating in its pool and stabs it in the side.
She's actually chucking a dagger that sinks deeply into it because she's 10 feet away. She doesn't actually have to be over by it. This is a ranged attack.
You're actually right next to it. It's the monster is big. So I know the square.
Oh, well then,
boxer
let's say that she shifted back because she only needs to be 10 feet away, and that way she doesn't have to be right next to a giant monster.
Yeah. I just drew a little box because I know the art of the monster is a little ambiguous.
Great. Okay, so
that's the space the monster takes up.
Yeah, so let's say she shifted back here.
Yep. Okay.
And that's 16 damage.
All right. I will tell you, there's a decent amount of blood falling out of that monster. Seems like a waste. It's all just going into this pond. Somebody should put a bucket there, is what I'm saying.
For saving for what?
Alligator, flesh, obviously.
Yeah. Do you not know how root beer is made, Monty?
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
Yep, canon. So, Jason, it is Peter Dragonforge's turn next. You are inside the horrible beast's belly.
Indeed.
And so you are dazed. That's not great. And you take 10 damage at the start of, I think actually the start of the crocodile's turn. So you
so
take 10
so
damage.
the way this works is Peter is in this cycle where he can use his lay on hands, which is his minor, but he can only do one action because he's dazed. He uses that on himself. He spends a healing surge, so that takes him down to 2. Now the clock keeps ticking, and his surge value is 11, which means his hit points actually go up to 15. But still, he will be unconscious in 2 turns, and then after that, I forget it's 10 damage. So he would have after he goes unconscious, I think he will have 4 turns before he's dead.
All right, I think.
Is it the bloodied value or the full value? It's the bloodied value, isn't it?
Negative bloodied.
Okay,
value.
so I think he has 2 after he goes down. He'll have 2 or 3 turns, but I think we're 4 or 5 turns away from permanent death for Peter now.
I think you're gonna make it, but you never know. Sometimes you guys roll really well and hit the big monster. Each of you hit it all on one round, and sometimes we go a whole round without a hit.
That's true.
So the dice are gonna make it exciting. And just as a reminder, the whole deal is going unconscious is real bad. He is currently inside the belly of the creature, so nobody has line of sight on him, which means you can't heal him.
But there's a new hole, and it's just going to get bigger.
Getting bigger. Yeah, just keep sawing away, Plessa. And
so
there's also...
Is that episode 4? A new hole?
A new hole.
But apparently this alligator is 15 feet by 20 feet, so it's going to be a lot of digging.
I think what they were referring to in that title was the hole that the Death Star had.
The Death Star does have a hole. That's true. Good point.
Why does the Death
But
Star?
It's very spacious inside, says Peter Dragonforge, from inside to no one.
Yeah. It's an important lesson. This bigger than a New York apartment in there. It is an important lesson about don't fall unconscious places where you take ongoing damage, like in an acid pit, inside a gelatinous cube. Look, if you want to fall unconscious and die inside a thing, don't say I didn't warn you. So
stop trying to live my life for me. God.
Let me make my own mistakes.
Guess what Alestrin's going to do?
Mark the champion as your quarry?
He can't.
No,
he's not closest.
I can do.
Yeah, he literally can't. Do you want to charge the beast?
My quarry. And nope, I'm going to shoot an arrow or 2.
I will say, again, trying to help you out, a strategy that you did previous episode that Alestrin was very helpful at. The beast regenerates hit points unless it takes fire damage, and Alestrin did a pretty good job at putting at least a little bit of fire damage onto the beast every turn.
Right. I had forgotten that, but
yeah. See, I'm here to help you.
Oh, good.
Sure, I will cheer when the creature eats 2 of you, but I am on your team.
All right, so I will take 2 shots with, I guess I will use a Firestorm arrow.
From Snick and Snack Adventure Outfitters.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to shoot somewhere towards the tail section so nobody gets any splash damage. So I don't want to hit...
Hey, if you have to hit Plessa with some fire damage, she's fine with that.
I don't think I do because it's only 1 square away that it goes. So, since
and I think we've established it doesn't do a ton of fire damage. It's an investment in it not regaining health.
Exactly.
Plessa could take some, because I will say, Plessa is currently on the beast. I think it's probably really hard to hit a beast that your ally is on and not do some fire damage to Plessa.
This huge beast, really?
But
it's moving around,
way back in the back.
I
like right over here.
Yeah.
So you
he's almost
from the other room. You're like arcing in a parabola through the doorway. This fire arrow.
Somehow I'm able to thread the needle between 14 of my squad mates. So I'm guessing I can probably aim for the gigantic tail of this gigantic creature.
You can try.
I'm going to try. All right, so I'm going to shoot 2 arrows. This first one's a firestorm. We'll see about the second one. Oh, it's not great. Let's see. That's a 17 versus AC.
Yeah, I think that doesn't hit.
I didn't think it did.
Nope.
So I will use my Elven accuracy.
Do you still have that? I think you
do.
Okay.
No,
You've noted down which things you... All right. You've got a lot of shenanigans in that quiver.
I do.
Have you met Alestrin?
Shenanigans.
Oh crap! That's only a 20.
It does not hit. Fire arrows are bouncing around the chamber as the giant beast squirms and blood spurts out of it.
Yeah, that one's actually going to rebound and hit the. Oh shoot! If I hit the brawler, then I'm going to take.
You've done that
people are
before.
gonna take some damage.
They have.
You know what? I am going to hit the brawler with, hopefully hit the brawler with my rebounding longbow. So
the brawler's defenses are significantly lower than the.
And this ends up being a ranged basic attack, I guess. Oh, that's a better roll. So my ranged basic is also +10, so that's 25 versus AC.
All right, you nail the brawler in the forehead with this arrow.
Sweet.
Which means that the champion's still going to take some fire damage.
He will. Yeah, we've done this before.
Indeed. So let's see. That's a D10. There it is. Okay. So that's D10 plus quarry damage plus some fire damage, which is...
Do the fire damage separate because you're going to roll it for everybody.
Oh, I forgot I had +1 on attack rolls with that guy. Would a 21 have hit the champion?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
23.
All right.
Nope, higher than that.
Oh.
Okie doke. So let's see. It's going to be... Our regular damage plus quarry is 17 damage. That's without the fire yet. I haven't done the fire yet.
All right, good news. You have bloodied the brawler.
Good. I like it.
Yeah, and then
And
fire
this-
damage.
This is fire damage, which will hit but each creature adjacent to it. So
Yep.
And that's 4.
All right, Rizwin, take 4 fire
right.
damage. Acrid,
Yep.
take 4 fire damage. Poison Scale Brawler, take 4 fire damage. And Champion, take 4 fire damage.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and you know what? I still have another arrow coming.
What?
Yep. And this one's going to be Firestorm as well, just because.
How many
I
of
get
those you got
+1.
left, just out of curiosity?
After this, it's going to be 18.
What?
It was that package
true.
deal. It was like Snick and Snack's Costco equivalent.
You sold me 30 of these things, Tony.
That's too many.
Then there's
All
a
right.
footnote from Stan Lee saying what episode that happened in.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
It's the
Nice.
All right, and that was on the Champion?
That was on the champion.
Yeah.
All right, roll me damage.
Isn't it max
So-
damage?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
max in this, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
fourth
sorry.
edition.
Haha. I know how
So-
Dungeons & Dragons work. I am a dungeon master, if
Yeah.
you will.
mhm.
So in that case, he will take 17 regular damage. I'm sorry, 13 because this is a twin strike. And then he'll also take some fire damage.
It doesn't,
All right, Peter Dragonforge, it feels warm where you are.
Isn't it max fire damage too? I mean, it's max damage. It's
Yeah, it's
crit.
just, I would say it's max fire damage.
Oh, okay. Then he'll take 6 fire damage as well.
Does everyone adjacent to him take 6 fire damage?
Where
No,
did
because
he
I shot
hit
him in the back end.
Oh,
It was
okay.
it was an arcing arrow. It went over and hit him in the back.
You know
and
what?
That's right. Those arrows are also +1, so take 1 more point of damage.
All right. You know what? The champion does not look great. You know what? Peter Dragonforge, take 6 fire damage.
Okay.
He's inside the thing.
Wouldn't
I'm
he
a
be
mi-
protected from fire because of flesh?
You'd
Just
think so.
asking.
Turns out there's a lot of holes in this champion at this point.
Is it like heat damage? All right.
It's fire damage.
So that should have been 24 total. Did you get that?
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent.
I also, the champion is smoldering. His tail is actively, I mean, I guess it's not ongoing fire damage, but let's just say thematically, his tail is on fire and burning, and scales are dripping off of him.
Awesome.
Falessa has cut several holes in the right side of the champion. Enda has peppered the left side with blows. And Acrid is still in the jaws of the champion, holding them open, keeping them from swallowing. Also, there's one Poison Scale Ranger there who's still really good with a club.
By the way, Tony,
yeah?
I forgot. I was using a magic weapon there, so I get
Hmm.
some additional damage on a critical.
How much additional do you get?
1d6, which
So-
is a 2.
All right. Everything I described is still true, but it is 2 points of damage worse. Theater of the mind. Rizwin, you are
Yes.
face to face with a hulking Poison Scale Brawler. He's bloodied. He's angry. He's a bit confused about why he just clubbed the champion, and he's next to you.
Okay. by the power of Agma, Solinnor's hammer on the brawler, of course, which is a natural 20.
Max damage plus your magic weapon.
Plus my magic weapon. Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, let me tell you, when 2 players roll criticals in a row, that's a good sign, right? Pro tip, Dungeons & Dragons players, roll criticals.
2d6 plus 7 is 19.
Why didn't you tell us that before?
And then Resounding Mordenkrad plus 1 is 2d6. So on critical, I do an extra 1d6 thunder damage per plus. What does that mean? Oh, and I guess it's only 1 plus. So I will roll 1d6. Great. An extra 1. 1 of thunder damage.
And how much was that total then?
20.
All right. The Poison Brawler looks like he has had better days.
Let's see. Do I have any minors that I feel like doing? I don't think I have any minor actions. I can't remember if I took my second wind yet. I might not have this encounter. It might have been the previous one. I did not record that. I think I did use my second wind already, so I'm not going to.
Okay.
So that's that. I'm gonna try and take out the brawlers more next turn.
All right. Melek the Wizard, you still linger in the next room.
As the brawler reels from that attack, he looks up, and his eyes are caught by that same spiraling from my orb. I rolled a natural 22. That's pretty.
Oh my goodness.
However,
unfortunately,
your spell doesn't do damage.
No, but it is a 30 versus his will. Please attack the champion with a melee basic attack with +4 to the attack roll.
All right. The brawler turns, his eyes looking like pinwheels, and he launches himself in the air and comes down with both hands with his club on the champion's head. He got a plus, let's see, I rolled a 10 on the die, and his attack is plus 10 is a 20, but then you give a bonus.
+4.
24. He whiffs and lands where he was standing, looking very perplexed as to why he just attacked in the direction of the champion. All right, Melek, anything else?
What? Oh, this is unacceptable. However, I will accept it.
Wow.
I am done.
Yeah. Flessa, you are clinging to the back of the champion. You are gotten a lot of crocodile gator blood in your vicinity. It smells bad. You think you might hear the muffled mumbling of Peter Dragonforge from somewhere beneath you.
I'm going to try to make this hole bigger.
Oh, God.
With a flourish.
Yes.
A very sly one. I'm basically sawing away. I'm not sure if this dagger is actually serrated, but I'm treating it as if it was. That is not a great roll. Let's see. Do we have any pluses to attack right now?
I don't know if I used my
And the favor of the gods was only until the end of Rizwin's turn, so that is gone. Well,
yeah, unfortunately it's gone.
That's a shame because I only got a 20. So even with heroic effort, that would not be enough to hit it. So I'm not going to waste my heroic effort.
Okay, can you do anything else, Flessa?
I don't think so. Yeah, I've already used all of my minor actions, so all I have left are at wills.
All right. It is the champion next. Peter Dragonforge, you take some digestion damage.
I do. Flessa hears Peter's kicking and muffled groaning from inside. Stop. He is now unconscious because the ticking clock just got pushed ahead because of the fire damage. So Peter's out.
I am a cruel and unforgiving monster. Jason, what negative value are you at right now?
I'm at -1.
And what do you have to get? What do you have to get to? What do you not want to get to?
23. So I actually have 3 ticks of the clock now. Next one will take me down to 11. then down to 21, pending fire damage, of course, which might accelerate it further. And
Indeed.
then that third one is gonna get me, or possibly the
All right.
second one.
Yeah.
Does he have to take death saves too?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I do. That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get killed one way probably before the other way, but yeah, we can
Yeah.
try that.
Yeah, Jason, maybe you'll be digested, maybe you'll fail death saving throws. So,
Pick your poison.
we don't all get to die peacefully in our sleep. Some of us are slowly digested to death by giant crocodile monsters.
Sleep.
Yeah. So speaking of crocodile monsters, Acrid, you are still in its jaws. It is going to try and add to its belly. I rolled a 12. The attack is plus 12. So I rolled a 24 versus your fortitude. I think that's bad for you.
That's bad for me.
All right. You are swallowed. You are going to take, that's also bad for you, 10 damage. And are swallowed. You are dazed and inside the crocodile.
Do I see Peter?
Yeah. There is an unconscious Peter Dragonforge.
This could
In
be
here.
good.
I guess.
Can you
Was
shove
this-
him out?
Was it
Gonna heal
which
him.
end?
I can grab him and take him out. If I see light where do I see light where Fluss has
There's-
been hacking?
There's no light here. It
Do
is,
you have a healing potion?
it is very. I need to be
Potions.
really clear here. It is extremely dark inside the crocodile.
Oh
These
yeah, we
things-
should have
said there
handed her
were-
a healing potion before she got
These
swallowed.
things. These
You said
things
there
That
are
might have been a good idea.
Tony, you said there were holes to let the fire in.
okay. These things are watertight. So
They were.
But how did he take fire damage?
all right. There's one. All right.
Teach the controversy, people.
Do you still have
Um,
any inspiring words left? Because you don't need to see him for that.
That's true. Is that true?
Yeah.
Does that
It's
help?
It's a close burst.
Oh,
Yeah, it's healing.
well.
My
Okay.
healing word is
I
also a
have two
close
per
burst.
encounter. I think I've only used one. But
Well, she would have to use that as her only action on her turn while taking 10
Yes.
damage.
Speaking of your turn, Acrid, it is your turn. You are
Oh, there we go.
dazed inside a large monster, so you only can take a single action because you are a bit, you're a bit disoriented. It's dark in here. You think there is something that might be Peter Dragonforge or the partially digested remains of Peter Dragonforge in here with you. You yourself are probably not doing great.
Not doing
What-
great.
What course of action would you like to take?
Can I use an action point? I have one left.
You cannot use action points when you're dazed, I believe.
Yes,
Okay, well,
that's
I'm
true.
going to have to keep myself alive then. I have to use a healing surge. Am I able to do that while I'm dazed?
Do you have a spell that gives you a healing surge?
Yeah, she's got inspiring word, or you could just use your second wind and then save the inspiring word for later.
I will use my yes, I will do what Erica says because she is always right.
That is a good life principle. So you do a second wind, which you can do once. It's basically an encounter power. Technically, it gives you a buff to your defenses. It's unlikely you'll be attacked inside the belly of the creature, and you gain a healing surge.
Yeah, and if she heals Peter, he starts from 0, right?
The challenge is yes, but the challenge is Acrid only gets a single action. So
Yes, but that resets the clock is my point. So as long as
True.
she's still around,
I
It
can
doesn't
can
hurt.
use
Then
it
her
on
clock
him
would start
instead of me
ticking.
once.
yeah,
But her
survive.
clock is also ticking because she's going to take 10 damage every time.
yeah.
Did the egg go in there too?
Yeah, I've got my egg with
Yeah, it's in
me.
your pocket,
I'm
so it's in there.
sad.
Yeah. All right.
Is this one of
I'm
those
a
things where
little
you have to keep
embarrassed
an?
that when he squeezed me, an egg fell out, though. Just
Yeah.
letting you guys know.
It's like you're a
Little
junior high
embarrassing.
kid trying to keep an egg alive for a week.
Yes. Yeah.
The Poison Field Brawler is next. He is. There's a diminishing number of targets in here. So Rizwin, let's see. The Poison Field Brawler could club you, or he could grab you.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna try and grab you. You're a dwarf. You don't look that fast. The grab is really bad.
Hmm, he can try.
He grabs at you. 23 versus reflex seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's gonna grab me.
All right, let me find my big dice for this. you are going to take 11 damage as he grabs you. He is then going to use Crushing Grasp. He squeezes. 16 versus Fortitude doesn't seem super threatening for a dwarf.
Hold on one second. My Fortitude is technically only 15, but I do think I actually have a plus to it.
Oh, if you just spent a healing, not a healing, second wind, you've got a bonus to it, I believe.
Yeah,
Or no,
second wind
you didn't
gives you-
spend as.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
but is it over only a round, or is it because I think I used it during this encounter?
Yeah, then you'd have it for the rest. Or wait,
I think it's just for a round.
till the start of your next turn. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just for a round. You do have a +1 to everything for this encounter.
Okay, then that would be enough.
I think, isn't that still a 16, what you rolled?
Oh, an attacker wins.
Yep.
Ugh.
And
Sorry.
That's not,
Curses.
that's not AC, is it?
It's Fortitude.
That is Fortitude.
Shoot.
I have bad
shoot,
news,
indeed.
Rizwin.
Uh-oh.
The poison scale brawler, angry about this whole situation, squeezes you really hard with its crushing grasp for 17 damage. How are you doing?
I'm non-conscious.
Oh no.
Ugh.
I am at -8. That's not good.
Peter is inside a giant alligator. Acrid has joined him, and Rizwin has just slumped to the ground.
Yeah.
Wow, things are real complicated here for Dragonforge and Associates.
I feel like our Alestrin and Melek might just
Go
head
on their
off
own
new
adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah, just them and that turtle. Just,
Let's ride these turtles on out of here, Melik.
Yep.
Woohoo!
this is my first turtle rodeo. And Yates, as controlled by Jason Snell,
Yes.
a character that you're going to get increasingly friendly with. Should this not turn out well for you, it is your turn.
Enda has recharged her thing again, which is really awesome and very lucky. And so she's going to attack the champion. That's a 23.
23. This is attacks AC.
Yeah.
That does not hit the Crocodile Beast AC, which is a little bit higher than that.
That's it.
Oh. Peter Dragonforge, death saving throw.
Oh, yeah. Great. That's fun. That's a fail.
It is not fun.
Oh.
It's a fail?
What?
Yep. So that's one strike.
Strike
against
one.
me.
Strike one.
Oh,
Strike
there's
one.
strikes.
There's
Okay.
strikes.
How many
That
strikes
resets
does
when he heals
get?
as well, right?
The traditional 3.
Yeah. There's a bird that's angry that you're dying.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Let
So-
Wow.
that be a lesson to you, Tony.
Mm.
You've angered the birds.
Oh, I do that all the time. Olestrin, you see Rizwin crumple to the ground. You've seen Acrid disappear inside the jaws of the creature. Flessa still clings to the side. You are perhaps concerned about the effect of fire arrows. What will you do?
I am concerned. How are you pretty bad off, Acrid, in there?
But we need them to. I mean, he can't recharge. He needs to take fire damage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we need to kill this thing.
I have 17.
I
so-
agree with that.
All right. Well, let's shoot an arrow.
After much deliberation, Alestrin
You know,
decides
they
to shoot
say
arrows.
they call them rangers, but they really don't have a lot of range to
They
their
don't have
attacks.
anything else that does fire damage, so
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
hey, when Stick and Snack gives you a 30-pack of arrows, like it's, you don't want to like let your leader die with being like, well, I wanted to have 16 arrows to spare.
Yeah. I'm
These
out
are
of-
all Chekhov's arrows. They all
Yeah.
have to be fired at the third
every
act.
one of them.
I'm out of reshoots too, so let's hope this flies true. It didn't fly that true. That's a 21
No.
versus AC. So the first one is a miss. The second one, I'm going to shoot the brawler.
All right,
Because I suspect his AC is lower.
let's just take a moment. Hold on before you roll the die. At this point, I would probably have Acrid and Peter hand me their character sheets if they were nearby.
They're not.
Because there is a lot riding on this. A lot rides on this second arrow from Alestian. This is a lot of everybody's fate is riding on Steve Lutz, the person you could always count on. Just Just, one of the most
Good
reliable
old
people I
Steve
know.
Lutz. Good old Steve
And really,
Lutz.
just remember, sure, it comes down to a die roll, but this is really about Steve and his value to us as a friend.
Emphasis die. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to shoot the brawler because I think
All right.
the chances of hitting him are better, and then we get the splash damage, and then at least we don't regenerate.
Yeah.
Although it will do less damage overall to the champion, but I think that's the way to go. So
I think I've told you that the champion would theoretically regenerate. Have I told you how much he regenerates?
No.
I don't think so.
It's worth it to not have him regenerate.
Yeah. Okay. So brawler. Shit.
Oh no.
That is
Oh,
a
no.
16 versus AC.
Let me just check, but I don't think that's going to do it. His AC is 17.
Oh.
No. Does he have
Oh.
any pluses?
Wait a minute. I'm shooting a firestorm arrow, so it's +1.
Oh,
Hey!
hey!
Tie goes to the attacker.
Good time to remember that. Okay. So let's see. He is my quarry, so he'll take some quarry damage as well as regular damage. So before the fire, that is 9 damage.
All right, he is sad.
And he will also take some fire damage, as will. That's 5 fire damage.
Now, I think, unfortunately, your unconscious friend is also going to take fire damage.
That's all right. I don't think it's going to take her
Probably.
below.
It will not take me to death.
All right, and you have done 5 fire damage to the champion, who looks... The champion is kind of staggering around at this point.
Oh, and it's +1 to
I feel
damage too.
Would Peter still take the fire damage, or has Acrid pushed him so far down the gullet of this beast that he's away
Peter
from
is
the
only
fire?
going to take the fire damage when you attack the champ. The fire damage that Peter took was when the
When the
champion
arrow
took it.
fire
when the arrow hit
champion.
the champion.
Got it.
It did not. Let me just wait. The champion took fire damage because the champion is adjacent to the brawler. Jason took fire damage when the champion got hit because he is adjacent to the champion
Right.
inside. The champion.
I'm the
But
I'm the
you're
turkey
adjacent
in the
to the
turducken.
champion. Yeah, you're the So
He's the turd in the turducken.
All right.
Did you get that
Pretty
plus
soon
that
in this
additional
pool too, Steve.
I did.
So
I did
point
get
of
that
damage?
extra
Good.
one.
Okay, good.
I think the tur is the outside.
All
Yeah,
right,
right, I'm
guys.
the end.
This fight is obviously things are challenging. Rizwin is unconscious and slightly on fire. No one has seen Acrid or Peter in a little while because they're inside the beast. The brawler is standing over the unconscious Rizwin, but the brawler looks peppered with arrows at this point and relatively on fire. The champion is kind of staggering around. It's like everybody in this room just looks like they have just been beaten to heck and back. And it's really just a question of who's going to land the killing blow on you guys or on them. So, yeah. So, speaking of killing blows, Rizwin, death saving throw.
No. What do I roll? 1d20?
Roll a d20. Hint, roll high.
It wasn't high. It was an 8.
All right. Check. That's strike 1.
Okay.
That's a saving throw, right?
Yeah.
How do we stabilize in this? Is it a
You
heal check?
are within Enda's aura, I believe, so you get +2 to saving throws.
Then that's a 10.
10
That's a
is
pass.
enough.
Mhm.
Is a success. It technically, I think they don't in 5e. There are successes. In 4e, it's just not failures. So,
Yeah.
In 5e, if you got 3 successes, you're up. In 4e, you just need to not get 3 strikes. Steve, if you could look up the rules for doing stabilizing, in case that is important. Well, it's when it comes around to your turn, that would be appreciated.
Sure.
I can probably do it. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm unconscious.
Yeah, one of you.
Yeah.
Melik, you are part of the increasingly small number of
Of associates.
of conscious. Yeah, the associates are. You know what? Maybe that wouldn't be such a bad podcast name.
Yeah, it's friendly. People are like, oh, I like associates.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the plan. Is the brawler still awake?
The brawler is still awake.
Hey, dummy. 29 versus your will. Please finish off the champion for us.
All right, the poison scale brawler kind of staggers around. He's just swinging his club wildly. He's got a lot of blood and fire in his eyes. It's not clear if he even knows where the champion is anymore. He is swinging. I did not roll very well. I rolled a 20 plus the 4 that you give is a 24 is
Again,
not enough.
all these 24s.
Yeah.
Is that
He
within
doesn't get an
Enda's
extra
aura?
plus
Does
for
Enda
having
get...
just crushed
No,
somebody.
it's just saving throws.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's my turn. Keep it moving.
Flessa.
I'm still sawing away because
Saw.
like there's nothing else she can do. Nope.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, can I use a move action to like feel around inside and see if I can grab somebody's hand?
Yeah,
Even if that'll take some acid damage, I don't care.
He doesn't have acid in his belly. He's not acrid. So
he's
We
not
all,
just
acid
we all
in
have
our
acid in
stomach.
our stomach.
well,
so-
but not like he doesn't have like sulfuric acid.
Right.
I'm just like, don't eat that stuff. But like, yeah. You know what? Give me a nature check.
Sure.
I was gonna say dungeoneering. That felt grim.
It was all about nature. That's a 20.
Huh.
Go figure.
Yeah. You know what? You grab Acrid's hand.
All right, I'm pulling.
I grab Peter.
Okay. Oh.
I'm strong.
All right.
I'm slightly singed.
Yeah.
All my hair's gone, but I can still.
I holler, I've got somebody's hand.
I don't think the hole is big enough to fit a Dragonborn yet.
Well,
It's okay.
we'll
I'll
see.
slowly birth my way out.
I only need one hand to keep sawing.
Pass the egg out. It'll be
All
yours.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
It is the champion's turn. Peter Dragonforge, you take 10 damage. Acrid Balasar, you take 10 damage.
What kind of damage am I taking?
Stomach damage. I think it's just damage.
Am I a
damage.
little bit immune as I am a
It just says
acid
damage.
Dragonborn?
I think it is just damage. I think you're also being like crushed by its digestive system. So
Fair enough. Fine.
10 peristalsis damage.
yes, thank you. What does this guy do? I think
He
I
attacks
think
the brawler.
no, I think it's gonna go for Flessa.
Try to buck me off like a bronco.
Yeah, the champion is reeling about. A lot of it is just soaking out of it. At this point, I need to make clear that the champion is not in good shape. The champion
I will
is
point
going
out,
to.
I have a firm handhold on something
Yeah.
that is literally inside him. So
You know
that's
what?
like
I'm
one
gonna.
up
You know,
on a-
here's what you
one.
get. You get Flessa. You have partial cover from its bite attacks
Okay.
because you're on him. But he's still going to try and attack you, and he has
Yeah, they
reached.
don't they're not very flexible. I'm just
No.
gonna say it. Crocodiles really can't reach behind them.
This is that dice was jacked. Also, it was really high. 8 plus 14 is 22 versus AC. You have +2 to your defenses because of your cover, Flessa.
I have +2 to my defenses because of my cover.
I have written down that I have +2 to AC. I
If
think
I
that was also
used-
during the Death
Yeah,
Surge.
If I used Bastion in defense, which I thought I did, I'm not sure. You listened to it
Oh,
before.
no,
She
never mind.
also gets a +1 bonus to all of her defenses from me.
Yes, you did. I have that on my notes. Okay, so my AC is 20. My +1 for Bastion to defense brings it up to 21. I also have a note that I have a +2 to AC for the rest of the encounter
Firm Shield of Faith.
from Shield of
Yep.
Faith, and I don't know if that stacks onto the top of Bastion of Defense.
I think it does.
If it doesn't stack with
Yeah,
that, the
it does.
cover would. So you're good.
Okay.
So you the
Yay,
champion is rolling and reeling and trying to snap at you, and you are like just staying behind its head. Blood and bits of burnt crocodile are going everywhere. Acrid, you start your turn in the champion's belly. Are you still conscious?
I'm still conscious.
Congratulations. What would you like to do?
With your one action.
I'd like to pull my way out by grabbing hold of Flessa, and pull Peter out as well.
I am going to suggest that you attack the champion and try and make that hole bigger.
What's
I would recommend
What?
using some kind of weapon.
What is the AC of the champion's soft, squishy inside?
That's true. I feel like
Amazingly,
Good points.
still 25.
What?
Mm.
Oh, that's really
Also-
unfair.
But
Seems sketchy.
you'll have combat advantage because by finding Flessa's arm and hand, you are now flanking the champion. How do you like that?
Nice.
I'll take that.
I was trying to
It's
figure
flank.
out. Well, I was like, "There's no way she's gonna find anyone." And then she rolled a 20, and I was like, "Okay." What? It took me like a minute of thinking, what will be the mechanical advantage of that? Because the hole is too big to just like pull someone out. But there's got to be some advantage. She found somebody inside the digestive system of a crocodile, and you know what they found? They found flanking. That's what they found.
Okay, good luck to me.
Good luck to you. 25 is the number to hit.
Get a bunch of
Drop
pluses.
that die. I got 26.
26. You stab out with your longsword and are like, I guess, kind of sawing / cutting, trying to make that hole bigger. Roll me damage.
10 plus 6. I will do 16 points of damage.
The
I don't think I did
beast
any other
groans and slumps to the ground, to
Oh,
the
sorry,
surface
wait.
of the pool.
I get plus
No,
1,
it's fine,
2,
Georgia.
3.
Good enough.
Georgia, it's dead. Let him talk.
Okay.
You interrupted the monologue.
I was done. The beast sloughs to the ground. Blood and guts pour out of the various holes, but especially the hole
Peter's
that
and
Plessa
Acrid's.
started on one side and Acrid's finished on the other. And Acrid, I suggest you use your move action to pull you and Peter out of the
Does
guts.
she have a move action now that it's dead?
Now that you're not restrained, yes. You guys kind of slide out of the guts. You know what? I'm not
Peter's
even
looked-
sure.
Peter's looked better. In
Yeah.
fact,
Well, also, you're still unconscious.
even though Peter has fallen in the sewer multiple times, this is worse.
This is worse.
Yep.
Speaking
don't-
of which, since the crocodile or whatever it is dying, wouldn't it evacuate anyway? I'm not sure you guys need to use that move action.
I feel like that's still the long way. I mean, there's a hole right here.
Steve, are you saying that the crocodile gets to use a move action as
He's
its
taking
final
his final
Yeah,
move
yeah,
action.
all right,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. The brawler is next. The brawler surrenders because the brawler has 5 hit points left.
We won't kill you if you help me pull my friends out of the pool. Maybe.
The brawler throws
we
his
probably
weapons
will.
down and kind of looks like he's going to shuffle away as quickly as he can. All right, here's the challenging thing. Peter Dragonforge is still doing death saving throws. Rizwin is still doing death saving throws. Acrid is pretty badly hurt. Alestrin and Melek are fine. Also, that turtle is great. That turtle's just doing great back there.
I'm
Just chilling.
There's still a trapped turtle, which we got to do something about when we're all done with this.
I'm
All right,
5
so-
All
damage
right,
away from dying.
somehow you have snapped victory from the jaws of the crocodile monster. I did not think that this was going to be how it was going to go. Things are still not great in terms of the people that are unconscious, but are at least not inside the digestive tract of monsters. And of course, just because you didn't die here in the fight with the champion doesn't mean that you don't have a long path back to the surface with many of your daily powers spent. And, Peter Dragonforge has seen some things, even if he is alive. I don't know if he'll be the same person ever again. To see if they will make it back to the surface, to see how they have been shaped and transformed as people, for answers to questions such as those, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. The end.
Woo! Wow.
Wow. That was some stuff, people.
Yes, indeed.
Good job. I think.
That brawler started
Nature
rolling
check.
pretty bad. At least I got one hit in with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rolling. I rolled a 7. I rolled a 4. I would have done probably enough damage to kill it way earlier, but nope.
Live stream. I think we're going to take like a 5-minute break, and
We
then we'll
are.
be back with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes,
Right.
indeed.
Gonna
Alrighty.
refill my what? Can I assume I'm
at first she wasn't gonna, and then you guys were real helpful, and
And
it was
we're
like,
back.
well, in case I die, let me honor my side of the contract now.
Yeah, I have
I
the path out, which is go west, climb over rubble, stairs
Yeah.
up to Lost Temple. Above that is a warehouse.
And you knew where Rutherford Umbrusk was last seen. He stepped through some kind of portal at a location in Undermountain that you've learned from other places, and Enda specifically told you that the passphrase for the portal, she heard Rutherford Umbrusk say, "Show me sanctuary at Elven." So you've got all the information. Yeah, you're right. At this point, you're sorry, Monty, not to besmirch your name. You're doing it through loyalty or honor for somebody who's doing it for money.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And because we want to get some real cool boots out of this alligator guy.
Yeah. All right. I can't see everyone's cameras. Are we all back? We good?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Any reason I shouldn't start us right now?
I don't think so.
You have
No.
no idea what you're going to say. Everybody can tell.
Oh no, Monty, why are you the voice inside my head also? Too real. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am your Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar, and this is Dragonforge and Associates, the story of a
Ew.
motley crew who continues to journey into Undermountain, fight dangerous things, and so far, live to tell the tale. Allow me to introduce our players in pseudo-random order. First off, it's Jason Snell. Jason, hi.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm great. How have you been?
Well, I've been fine. Peter Dragonforge has been inside a giant alligator / crocodile / monster, but he's out now and might soon be awake or dead, but probably awake.
You are out of the imminent peril and now just in the peril of being unconscious and making death saving throws. So that's good news.
It's an improvement, technically.
It's an improvement. Also here, it's Steve Lutz.
Hey, how's it going?
It's okay. Jason just asked me that. How are you?
I wasn't listening.
No.
Yep, it's me. I'm playing a Lestrin. I'm fine. I haven't been inside any monsters recently.
Yeah.
It's
All it's cost you is a small supply of Firestorm arrows.
Yeah.
Next up, in the team unconscious, it's Sarah Barber. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hey. I'm not dead yet, thankfully. And hopefully somebody stabilized me. And I'm playing Riswin, the Dwarven cleric, technically the healer, sorta. So, anybody wants
to ask
healing?
him how it's going.
Make me conscious.
Also here, it's Monty Ashley, safely in the corridor outside the room full of death and carnage.
Yeah, it's going fine with me. How about you, Tony?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
And back in the room full of carnage, it's Erica Ensign.
Yeah, I'm playing Flessa, the human rogue. Flessa is just covered from head to toe in crocodile blood, and one arm is also covered in like digestive juices and muck.
Wow, great layers of crocodile insides are.
Yep.
On you.
I mean, I still look better than Peter and Acrid, but it's still pretty gross.
It's bad, yeah. And last but not least, the player who slew the champion herself. It is the one, the only, Georgia Dow. Hi, Georgia.
Hi, I'm playing Acrid. I'm a Dragonborn warlord, and I look a little bit singed. I have a little bit more sympathy for those that I have dragon breathed with my acid, and my hair is slowly glued to my head and peeling off in sections. And underneath my singed, moist cloak right now, I have a little tiny egg that I'm hiding. A little embarrassed. That was, impromptu.
So let's do the always fun Dungeons and Dragons healing accounting party. So Peter Dragonforge unconscious, Rizwin unconscious. What can people do about that? You are out of combat, but there are still kind of rounds because every round the unconscious people need to make a death saving throw.
I can use an inspiring word.
Who do you want to inspire first?
Well, I'm thinking I can do it on Rizwin because she looks like she's pretty bad. and she can heal Peter, or I could do it on Peter. Who would be closer to death that I should use it on?
Peter is
I'm
physically closer to you and closer to death.
There we go. That
I am
makes
holding
it.
Peter's head above the water, so he's
That's
not
good.
also drowning. I'd like to point that out.
Mm.
Well, I'll drag him out of the water and
Yeah.
heal him, because I figured that sounds right. Drowning after you're healed.
Yeah.
doesn't
It would be
seem like
real
the right way
embarrassing
go.
to save him from being eaten by a monster and then, like, through negligence, allow him to drown in like 3 feet of water.
Right. So
Look, there's
I'm
only
gonna
so
give
much we
him-
can do for this guy.
He gets to use his healing surge, and I'm going to give him an extra 1d6 hit points of healing as well. 6.
Oh,
And the good news, Peter, you get to start from 0, not from your negative value.
great.
All right. Peter vomits out about a quart of swamp water and 4 gallons of crocodile blood.
Ew.
And
He
probably
doesn't
some
need a meal
stuff
for a week.
and some stuff that was inside Peter Dragonforge.
Peter
So-
Peter looks up and says, "Did we win?"
Yep.
All right, so that was Peter and Flessa and Acrid. I think Monty and let me use your character names. Maintain the illusion that this is a thing. Melik and Alestrid, can you do anything about Rizwin, who is also unconscious?
We can try.
I'd appreciate it.
Let's see.
If you roll a 15 on a heal check, you
Yeah,
can
I'll
stabilize
I'll
me.
Run
That's what I'm
over.
going
And I'll
it
be
right
I'll
now.
be conscious again. So I
I-
will then be able to heal other people.
I will attempt to use my natural healing skills. Oh, and I rolled a 17, total of 19.
Yeah, you
Sweet.
did better
All
than
right.
me.
So I think just to clarify, I think stable means not dying. It doesn't mean conscious.
Oh,
But
damn it.
No.
it means what?
Still, I'll take it.
Still, yeah. So you are not dying, which means anybody with a healing spell can now. Acrid could go over and inspire you. Peter could lay on hands. It's probably just a matter of keeping track of which powers have been used.
Now that
So
we're
Charge in
stabilized.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Now that we are stabilized, we're no longer encountering, right?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yes.
correct.
Okay,
Nate,
great.
yeah. Let's
I
see.
saw Erica's nod.
I realized I also made some kind of nonverbal thing and then realized, yes, podcast.
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 Yes. All right. The lizard folk brawler, big, tough, huge, hulking lizard folk. He's good 7.5 feet tall. He's got big, bulging biceps. Looks kind of mean. Got a lot of scars on his face, but has kind of a sheepish expression as he kind of stands there awkwardly, kind of shuffling his feet. Because he's never surrendered before. This is new to him.
We did defeat his champion.
Yeah, you
He
did.
did kind of help us defeat his champion.
He'd prefer if
Sure,
you did
once.
not bring that up a lot.
We're going to bring it up all the time for the amount of time that we're with this guy. I feel
Okay.
like, I feel like that
Maybe
won't be that
Smurgle.
long.
Maybe Smurgle needs a new delivery guy.
Or like an enforcer.
There you
I'm
go.
going to
A
suggest
bouncer.
that he
Sandwich
turn
and
around
producer.
while we steal the rubies from his sacred idol.
No. So the lizard folk guy is just like, if it's all the same to you, I'll just be going now.
I don't think so.
No, you wait here.
Yeah, let's
Where do you want me to wait?
Corner. I point to
Stand in the corner, facing the corner. We'll let you know when you can turn around.
He
Think
does
about
that.
what you did.
Can I sit down?
No.
Okay. All right. Just to clarify, who used the power to get Rizwin back from death?
I'll use inspiring word.
All right.
Thank you. Yay, unconscious
Wait a
again.
second, you get an extra 6 again.
Great.
Nice.
So
So,
check off that you are spending a surge, you get the value of a surge, and then +6.
So does that mean
Yes,
we've
yes,
taken a
yes.
short rest?
I think that now might be a good time
now.
to take a short rest.
what about a long rest?
I might need a long rest.
I think that you are down the hall from the chieftain of the lizard folk tribe and have just had a loud, huge, tumultuous fight in his hallway.
And are about to
This-
steal their stuff.
Yeah.
And
Let's get the hell out
this
of here.
this is probably
Please,
I think
please.
I'm being I have to remind myself a short rest in 5e is an hour, a short rest in 4e is only 5 minutes.
Right.
It seems plausible that you might hang out here for 4 minutes, but probably don't want to overstay your
It's
Sure.
going
welcome.
to take
Long,
Peter that long to wring out his stuff. his
Yeah.
clothes.
I feel like more than that, Peter.
Well, first layer.
Not gonna
First,
do a great
first
job.
layer.
Yeah,
Temporary hit points are gone.
temporary hit
Encounter
points are
powers
gone.
recharged.
And
Temporary
in fact,
hit points.
you know what?
I
You
had
know what?
temporary hit points.
Yeah, I had 6.
Well, you must have lost those temporary hit points before you went unconscious.
Everyone had temporary
I
hit
did.
points from the Bastion of Defense,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah,
gone
see,
now.
And
Mine were-
also
mine were
my
gone.
death surge.
All right. Enda does not look great. She's got a pretty good head wound going. It's been a rough day, everybody. But it's
Been a really rough
all
day.
going to be worth it.
Would anybody like a healing word?
I think Enda would
Well, you
like
can
a
take
healing
surges.
word.
I'll take
I don't know
some-
what her
I'll
hit
take some
points are,
healing.
Tony, but
Okay.
she's bloodied.
Her hit points are 14.
Okay,
We
and
just took a short rest. You can take healing surges if you got them.
Yeah.
yeah,
All
but
right.
I also give you a bonus of 6.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll use
So
it.
6
But in
plus
order
your
to
healing.
recharge those, then for future use, we would need to wait another, rest another 5 minutes. Which
I'll
might
just
be-
use my healing surge then.
Here's what I'm going to
Okay.
suggest. Take 5 minutes, deal with what you want to do in this room, and then run away and do more healing somewhere else.
All right.
I
Steal,
have-
flee, sleep. Like
What should
Eat,
I-
Pray,
what-
love?
Tony, what should I put down for Enda's hit points?
Rizwin, did you just heal Enda or did you heal someone else?
I was healing Enda.
Mhm.
Alright.
You get +6 plus your healing surge.
Let's see.
And take your
Enda's healing
healing
surge is 9. Plus 6 is 15. Her hit points were 14. 14 plus 15
29.
is
29.
29. Enda's max hit points are
38. I got that.
So
Yeah.
you got that. So now you know current hit point value.
Great.
All right. And you're now no longer alive, or no longer. Haha. Misspoke there. No longer inside a crocodile. You don't have to manage Enda if you don't want to, Jason. So
Okay.
that was a consolation prize for maybe your character is going to die.
Mhm.
So Enda is feeling better after some medical care from Rizwin and is pacing back and forth, being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This was not the plan.
Wasn't it?
Flessa's climbing the statue at this point to get.
All right. Flessa
Yeah.
is climbing the statue.
Yep.
You
So
want to check for traps up there before you get too involved?
I got Mage Hand if you want to maybe not. Be
I could
right
just
up
lift
against it.
you.
Well, they probably have to be pried out.
I figure rubies in eyes of idols get taken so many times that they're probably easy to pop out. You know, they say that if you go to a pawn shop in Neverwinter, every gem you see in there has been part of a minimum of 4 different idols.
mm,
There's also 2 cauldrons up here, guys, with stuff in them.
Any soup?
The one on the right looks like soup.
I'm gonna go and check out the cauldrons and see if I can use my heal skill to identify them.
Tony,
Maybe they're healing
yeah.
potions.
Peter is looking around him to see if any of the contents of the champion's stomach were maybe things that were not digested from previous things it's eaten,
yeah.
like many magic items or weapons or armor or anything else that might have
Sure.
come out of it that was more interesting than Peter. And
Don't sell yourself short, Peter.
look, he's
So,
just taking
let me-
stock right now, basically. Also seeing if
so,
any of his possessions are there. Like, he's just looking around.
Rizwin, you were inspecting. There is some kind of strange kind of cauldron. There are 2 large pools next to the, or not large, 2 decent-sized little pools on pedestals next to the big statues. And the you inspect those. One of them seems to just be water, though it's kind of swampy, gross, muddy water. And the other seems to be some kind of like sacrificial plate bowl that the blood of some small animals has been drained into.
Cool. That doesn't seem like healing supplies.
Yeah. No.
Cool.
Just to remind you, there are 2 large statues in this room. Each statue depicts a robed male human with a long and twisted beard and wild hair dancing around its head. One statue is frowning and has its arms crossed over its chest. The other looks like it's laughing and has its arms outstretched in apparent excitement. The striking difference is that the frowning statue has huge glittering red eyes, while the laughing statue has just empty sockets.
I rolled a 25 in my history. Is it Hallister Blackcloak?
Sure looks like Hallister Blackcloak,
Cool.
creator of Undermountain. What a guy. Peter Dragonforge, give me a perception check on crocodile guts.
I mean, I've
Oh
been
no.
up close and personal with them for a while now.
Yeah.
It's a 15.
You find several mismatched boots and partially digested belts, and nothing else too exciting.
Boots and belts. Boots and belts.
Mhm.
Boots and
Boots and
belts.
belts and boots and belts.
Flessa, what are you doing?
Because Alestrin hollered, "Hey, check it for traps." I'm looking for traps on this statue.
All right, give me a perception
I
check.
hollered that from the other room, by the way.
Yeah. From safely
Are
outside.
you checking for traps?
Yep.
Do we really
Uh,
need this, Ruby?
totally checking for traps. That's an 11.
You do not find any traps with an 11.
All right. Then I'm gonna
So,
climb the
Flessa,
statue.
you have had not much trouble scaling.
Alestrin, are you and Melik still all the way back there, or have you come like into the room now?
I came.
Somebody's got to keep an eye out for people busting into this room. So
Yeah, I came forward to do that healing, but then I'm kind of like to back up to where I was.
Okay, all right. There's the answer.
Yeah. Are they hiding or are they the front line for when something horrible comes and attacks you from the east?
Neither. We're guarding.
Yeah, whatever.
This is guard duty.
So, Flessa,
Hiding.
you're a rogue. I'm not even going to make you roll for climbing up a 30-foot tall statue. Should that be hard to say? Is it bad that I had trouble saying that? 30-foot tall statue. Foot tall statue.
This is good podcasting.
Is it? So, Flessa, you're standing on one of the arms of the statue. Its huge, glittering red eyes glint back at you.
I think I'll check for traps again, specifically on the head of the statue.
Yep.
This time, that's a 12. So I'm getting better at this.
You are getting technically better. You do not find any traps.
How's it going? Did you check for any traps?
I checked. It's totally safe.
Okay.
Blessing yells. And then I will try to use a dagger to pry out. Not my good dagger. It's one of the crappy ones.
Yeah.
Try to pry.
Why isn't Enda doing this?
Loose the rubies. I don't know.
The Enda makes her way over to kind of supervise. You pop out the daggers. It takes they basically, it's like Lego bricks. They pop right out.
So Monty's right.
Each of them is decent size. Each of them is probably a little bit bigger than Flessa's head. Whoa. Flessa, do you want to give me a quick dungeoneering check on these?
Dungeoneering? Do I ever? That's a 10.
You know what? With a 10, you're like gonna put these in your bag to climb back down. The weight on them does not feel quite right for rubies.
Oh.
I actually toss one of them at Enda and say, "Catch." This seems wrong.
Enda catches it. I'm going to tell you specifically, she catches it, but seems like a little bit surprised by it too. I'm going to tell you that you are suspicious, Flessa, or I mean, you can decide if you are suspicious. Yeah. You have a feeling that this is not a ruby and that it is just red-colored glass.
Yeah. Is it carved into facets so that it sparkles?
Yes.
I still like it.
Okay.
Hey, Brawler, what's the deal with your eyeballs up there?
Yeah, I think this might be glass, I say as I skate down the statue.
I don't know anything about it.
Put it in the other statue.
I'll use intimidation on him to try to see if there's anything of value in this room that we should take. For his life, of course.
Okay.
Are you doing it? Are you putting it in the other statue?
I think he's right.
Enda is inspecting the eye that has been tossed to her, and she looks completely dejected. This is not what I thought it was.
19 for intimidate.
I'm climbing
the brawler kind of collapses in front of you, Akrid. I don't know anything. Look, the shocker. He had a book. That's the only thing that's worthwhile in here.
Ooh.
A book?
Can I leave now?
Go get. Not yet. No, you can't leave. Fless, are you going to stick the stones into the other statue's eyeballs?
Somebody told me to. You know me.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the point? Flessa tosses the eye back at you and starts kind of pacing back and forth by the door.
I sprint into the room. Where's this book everyone's talking about?
It's by the shocker. It's by the shocker. Enjoy.
There's the two lizard skull priest. Lizard skull? That's not a word. Lizard folk. Priest type people are in either corner of this room. You notice, Melik, that one of them there's a book next to the slumped form.
He's zoomed through. He's ran faster.
Hey,
from the top of the statue.
Good work with those rubies and killing that thing. I don't
think they're rubies.
Well, you know.
But they sure are pretty.
Peter, are you feeling okay?
Peter wanders outside, walks up to Alestrin. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
That's a really bad room.
You did great in there.
Do you mean in the room or inside the champion?
Both.
Thanks.
You're sort of in a room for a while there.
You're not in that room at all. I don't like. You're the smartest of all of them. Don't go in there.
I'm not going in that room.
It's really bad.
This room's fine.
I'm gonna.
The turtle gives you a knowing wink, Alestrin.
Peter hugs Alestrin. Alestrin now is covered in goo.
I rather awkwardly give you a perfunctory pat on the back.
And then wipe your hand off on something, I hope.
On your back.
Melik, give me an Arcana or religion check on this book.
Okay. That will be probably Arcana because of my wizardly thing. All right. Just a second. Stalling.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 7, so I have a total of 19.
All right. You study this ritual book, and you know that this chamber was being used as some kind of sacrificial chamber where the lizard folk were sacrificing. It seems like from the logs here, there's like tally marks. Over 100 creatures have been sacrificed and fed to the champion, and that it seems like it's some kind of ritual to open up a portal to the great swamp where whatever creature these lizard folk worship would then come through into this world and usher forth a new, better world for the lizard folk that would take them out of Undermountain and into the streets of Waterdeep, and that everything would just be really great for them.
Oh, so we saved the world. Yay!
Yeah.
Would they be doing that by moving the eyes from one statue to the other?
There is zero mention of statues and eyes.
Okay, good.
So alligator in the sewers, that was their plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I like how organized
and they've already
these
kind
guys
of
are.
pierced the veil to that realm a little bit, which is how there's like swampy
why there's
elements.
swampy stuff here.
Yeah. But they need to like, just like when you start killing a crocodile by poking a couple holes in it, then you've really got to like tear open a dragonborn sized hole for it to really things to really get going. So that was Melik. Rizwan, did you want to do something that you were?
Yeah, I wanted to roll a religion check to see if there's any way that maybe we could close this portal, see if it's still open.
Also, when you said you checked the logs, Tony, do you mean the log book or some other sort of log, or do you mean literally they were making marks on a log?
There's a log right there in the map.
Yeah, there's a log. That is a...
I enjoy that the log that we thought was an alligator is in fact a log, literally like a logbook log.
It's just covered in little tally marks.
Yeah, the log is nature's abacus, and this one is covered in little tally marks, as Monty said. So yes, correct.
But also there's a book.
Also, there's a book. The book says "See Appendix Log." Yes. So, Rizwan, you're studying. It seems like probably you have greatly inconvenienced the ritual by killing all the people in this room, and that they would still need to. It looks like based on the information Melik has gained and what they've done so far, they would still need to sacrifice somewhere in the order of dozens of people to make this happen. So, by not dying, you are helping.
Great.
Dump out those pots.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe I could purify the swamp water, or perhaps.
Do you think they're healing water though?
No, they're not.
It doesn't look like it. I already looked at that. Okay. So maybe I can purify the water, or I can dump out the blood.
Okay, let's say that you do that.
Peter walks over to
Give me a dumping out the blood does not require a check. Give me a religion check to purify the water.
Okay. 26, natural 20.
Yeah, the water is now safe to drink.
I drink it.
It's cool and refreshing.
Might as well.
Excellent.
Did anything happen when they swapped eyes for the statues?
No one's done that yet.
Peter gives the turtle a little scratch and says, "Hey there, how you doing? You doing okay?"
The turtle looks at you fondly.
Plessa has been up
Peter's
there
gonna be
doing
riding
those
out of
eyes
here
for
on
a while.
turtle.
You guys keep derailing things from Plessa. So Plessa has slowly, it's harder to climb a statue with two big head-sized eyes than you'd think.
Look,
Plessa, give me
I
an
am role
acrobatics check.
playing a paladin who just had a life-threatening
Yeah,
trauma. Okay, he's a
Yeah,
little
but
dazed.
what about the money, Jason?
Okay, so yes, I climb up and I'll check this one for traps.
All right, give me a perception check.
That's good.
Ooh, this is actually
Did you
better.
check the other one for traps?
Thanks. 23.
This statue seems free of traps. You do, as you're inspecting it, inspecting the statue that you believe to be free of traps, that is also right next to Melik and Rizwan. No reason I would mention that. You also notice that it looks like in the empty sockets of the eyes, there do seem to be some kind of little mechanism.
There's some sort of something inside the empty eyes, so I'm gonna put these in here.
Hang
like
on.
I was told.
Hold on.
Okay.
You ask the brawler what happens first.
I have no idea what you people are doing.
I'm gonna shift over next to the pool, by the way, and
Yeah,
away
just-
from the
Wait
statue.
a
Just,
Plessa,
Brawler says, can we stand in the other room? I don't
No.
like this.
Flessa, why don't you come down here
Oh.
and let me put them in with Mage Hand?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
all leave.
Can you lift something that?
Or maybe we can like
Fine.
disarm whatever.
Can I
it
put one of
is.
them in?
Bringing the brawler with me.
But I will climb back down.
Bringing him.
And I'm gonna pour purified water into the swamp water just to see if it will also purify the larger swamp here.
I don't think that's how water works.
Okay. Can I roll a religion check to try and purify this water?
Osmosis check,
Sure.
diffusion check.
Great. A 10.
You try a little bit, but that's going to be a lot of work. Like a lot of people were murdered and dumped in this pond, and also a giant crocodile lives there. So,
Great.
like
Well,
that
not
would be.
anymore.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
technically,
Well, in
those-
fact, worse. So lived and died there. So
those
Or
people
there's
are
just a
probably
giant
bit of
dead
a-
crocodile there.
those
Yeah.
people probably are still in the pond, just in a slightly different form.
yeah.
I'm gonna put a pin in that one and remind myself to come back here to purify this pool later.
I'm just saying, there's probably a lot of like not great pools out there in the world. If you want to go and purify all of them, like I don't know if you want to spend like a day working on this one.
Anybody want a drink of clean water from this basin?
Great.
Everyone seems to be edging
good.
away from the statues.
Cool.
Peter goes off in a little quiet corner and gets down on his
Brawler.
knees and gives a prayer to Bahamut, thanking him for sparing him and using Akrid as his vessel, as his dragony vessel to save him. And I'm going to roll a religion check, Tony, out of the faith that it means something, because
All right.
I'm a religious paladin, and that is a 20, and that's
Ooh.
great.
Surely you have not fulfilled whatever purpose Bahamut has placed you on this plane of existence to deal with, and that is why you continue to persevere.
Yep.
And
Peter
it is
stands
only
up,
through
re-engaged
doing
with the
good
world.
works in his names that you
Mhm.
will cling to the thing that you call life.
Yes, and Alestrin and perhaps even Rizwan, since she's come around the corner, notices that Peter stands up and seems clearer and back to his old self.
But still filthy.
Oh,
name be
stinking
praised.
bad! It's bad, man. It's bad. But
All right,
he's himself.
Flessa, you have climbed down from the statue. You have handed the giant rubies to Melik.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Melik, they are disconcerting because though they are pleasingly slightly larger than your orb, and they are spherical, they're faceted, so they don't have that smooth kind of bowling ball shape that you admire in an orb. These are all bumpy with edges.
Okay.
Sparkles.
Well, Mage Hand has a range of 5 squares, and I can do things that are 20 pounds. So
These are 18-pound fake rubies.
great. I will pop one into one of the eye sockets.
All right. Give me a quick. It's a little awkward to operate a ruby with a mage hand. Give me a quick thievery check. Doesn't have to be very high.
Thievery.
Thievery.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
It-
dexterity.
It is. It's great.
4E.
A total of 11.
All right, it's in. Click. It kind of snaps into place pleasingly.
I do the same thing with the other fake ruby and the other empty eye socket.
You don't want to put it in the same eye socket as the first one?
No.
Wow.
Shove them both.
Guys, you can tell Monty has worked for Wizards of the Coast. He knows all the all the Dungeons and
Pro
Dragons
tip,
cheat codes.
expert. Pro tip.
Yeah,
Ringer.
he's one of those. I know that there's only one eye per eye socket. I've been around the bend. So, all right, Monty, give me another thievery check on that thing.
Total of 17.
All right, your magic hand carries the
coordination.
ruby eye across the horrible chamber of sacrifice and slaughter, floats up to the eyeless, laughing statue, and the giant ruby snaps into place. The mouth of the statue swings open, and gold pieces pour out of it. There's now a small pile of gold pieces at the feet of the laughing statue.
Getting smaller all the time. Scrap.
So, Flessa, you were just like holding out of your bag, and the money is pouring into it.
Does that feel heavy as it's supposed to be?
Yes, it feels. These seem to be gold pieces and not imitation gold pieces.
I will trot them back to Melik and be like, "Here, boss."
And Enda says, "Hey now."
And is like,
wait.
what?
It was for the rubies. She can get the rubies back. Was
Yeah,
not
I
the
will
gold.
only one
Just
of them,
gonna
though.
say.
We're keeping the other one.
I don't think so.
Flessa / Melik, there's a good 2,000 gold pieces there.
Wow.
Nice.
Too heavy for me to carry all by myself.
I'll carry it for you if you need.
I can help with that.
Well,
I can carry it 800 pounds.
Everyone's happy to help carry the money.
Now, if Enda had not been here, several of us would now be dead.
Melik, are you
That's
saying this in character or
true.
is this Monty?
I'm saying this in character.
Okay. And
If
Enda
Enda
nods her
wasn't
head.
Here, we wouldn't be here.
Well, we had a deal, I assume she says. Sorry, I'm still playing her a little bit.
That's okay.
So,
the
you know,
deal was for one ruby.
50-50. Okay, you can have both rubies and I'll take all the gold, or we can split the gold.
And what did you say to that, Jason? You've got both sides of the argument. Doing great.
Peter Dragonforge, meanwhile, is standing out in the hallway going like, have you ever really looked at your hand? It's like, oh, it's...
Are you asking the turtle?
So I think, just to be clarified, currently, I think Peter is unaware of this incident.
Yes.
Let's just assume everybody else is. So Melik, and Flessa.
I don't see how
are
Alestrin
obviously
could
there.
possibly be aware of it because Alestrin
Yeah.
is far away.
He's got those elven eyes, and he's got those elven ears that are attuned to the sound of
Okay, all
falling
right.
money.
Tinkling gold coin.
Yeah. So,
What?
so Acrid and Rizwin and Acrid, Rizin, and Alestrin, you saw a pile of money. Flesta and Melik, you know how much. Enda is there, but obviously there are 5 of you, or there are a decent number of you. So, she's not going to press things. Also, she's been pretty close to death herself today. So,
Does this count as more than 5 minutes, by the way?
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast a heal on myself, or another healing
Do it.
word.
Brawler says, "Look, it seems like you people have this all figured out. I should just be going."
Hold
No,
it.
no. Our safe passage is your safe passage. We survived this, then you survived this.
I'm going to carry the money out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Look around for Peter. Oh, there you are. Hey, Peter. How you
Hey.
doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
That was very brave and heroic of you in there, I thought, by the way.
I mean, really, I just got eaten. I wasn't trying. It just kind of happened.
Well, heroism gets thrust on. Listen, here's the deal.
Mhm.
You are kind of our moral compass, so what should we do about this? And I show him a bag of 2,000 gold.
Probably donate it to the Bahamut Foundation, I think, for the poor
Clearly
of
asked the wrong
Waterdeep.
person.
That's reasonable. My question, though, is we were going to split.
The rubies.
It's not clear to me whether we were splitting the rubies or the loot with Enda. And if we were splitting the loot, then half of this is hers.
Well, given that our initial agreement with her was to share 50-50, I think that we should honor our agreement. I mean, quite frankly, if we hadn't wanted to honor our agreement, we could have just killed her and left. And since we have come this far and sacrificed so much, and he looks at his completely filthy shield, which is still, there's Bahamut under there somewhere, but there's a lot of goo and a lot of blood. we should probably honor our agreement all the way.
All right, thank you. Hey, Enda.
Hey, Paladin says you should stand by your agreements. Yeah, great.
With the woman who is sending orphans and urchins to test traps.
I wasn't responsible for that, but I wasn't supervising people very closely either. And scurries over to where Melik is. So what's the deal?
I think you get half of this, and then we all leave. Like right now.
More than generous. Tell you what, I'm going to take, you know what? That's too generous. It's been a rough day. I'm only alive because of you. I'll take 800.
Also, she can't carry more than 800.
I'm going to take 800, and I'm going to ask the Brawler some questions about where the rest of my crew might be.
Do you need us for that? I don't think you do you?
I don't think you do. I don't think so. But let me tell you, my idea about the Chieftain's Lair off to the east there, this does not seem like a time to press your luck, if you know what I mean.
No whammies. Let's get out of here.
Indeed.
You
All
sure
right.
you want us to leave you down here with this dude?
I'll be fine.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
She starts sharpening some daggers.
Maybe we should carry that 800 up for you since
No, I'll be
see
good.
you at the surface.
So, please mark down Melik. You're carrying 1,200 team gold.
That sounds safe. Okay.
How heavy is 1,200 gold?
I don't think gold weighs that much.
In some versions of D&D, coins don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that how coins work?
Yeah. If you mine gold, it's very heavy. So what you should do is have a mint right at the mine. Because it'll lead you to transport what it weighs nothing because it's in coin format.
Dungeons and
Magical
Dragons, economics.
It's really just one 1,000 gold piece coin and 200s.
In 5e, a 50 coins weighs a pound. So I'm not going to do math.
5e.
But this
Yeah.
is 4E.
Yeah.
So they weigh nothing.
Yes. I don't know.
Encumbrance is
None
dumb.
of you have a bag of holding at this point?
Magical gold. People
No,
know.
called
We're
melon.
level 4.
All right. Are we getting out of here?
Yes,
Yes.
we are.
Why don't you?
Go.
So Enda pointed you to the west.
Go west, climb over rubble, stairs up to Lost Temple. Above that is warehouse.
There's a turtle that's trapped.
Let's save the turtle and then GTFO.
You can spend hours moving rubble outside the
Yeah, I think-
chieftain's inner sanctum.
I think
to
we
free
tried that earlier,
What is
too.
probably his turtle. Or you could run away.
The turtle
How can
looks
the
kind of
turtle-
happy.
How much
Turtles-
time would it take to get to clear the rubble that leads to the stairwell?
An equally long amount of time.
Oh.
Can we climb over the rubble?
Yes.
Great.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do
just
that.
I'm gonna cut up some of the crocodile and throw it to feed the turtles. And then they'll be happy.
All right, you do that. The turtle looks at you somewhat confused. Can you assemble your tokens by the stairs so that I can copy and paste them to the next map?
Can I peel off some alligator skin with my mage
Yeah,
hand?
Yes.
Peter looks longingly into the room thinking that he might carve off a little trophy from the alligator skin and then decides he's never going in that room again and climbs over the rope.
All right, I will agree.
I would recommend a
or-
tooth anyway. That'll last
Yeah.
longer.
For skinning the champion, when you get back to the surface, all of you will get either magic boots or magic belt. Let me know which one you prefer.
Hey, alligator
Ooh.
boots. Wonderful.
Yeah. Let's see. So there's 6 of you, right? That's how many you still are? It's been kind of touch and go for a bit here.
There's 6 of us still.
So,
Can't kill us yet.
as foretold by Enda, beyond the rubble to the west, there is kind of a back entrance to this horrible lizard folk, a temple. Beyond the rubble, there's a set of double doors, and beyond those double doors is a spiral staircase leading up. It has been so long since you went up anywhere, it feels weird.
Can I check for traps on this?
Yes, that's recommended.
Great. What is my perception?
Probably better than mine.
17.
I am going to move you to the next map.
And you do
So
get a
that-
+1 to perception if you're close enough to a Lestrin.
18.
You so far have seen no traps on the staircase.
Great.
All right. So you were heading up the spiral staircase. It spirals for quite some time, which, it's tiring climbing the staircase, but at the same time, it is comforting to be drawing ever closer to the surface. Let us say at some point you take a 5-minute break on the staircase after you feel like you are, a ways away from the lizard folk territory and engage in another round of healing if so needed. This is a short rest, not a long rest.
Does anybody want a healing word?
I would love healing that does not require me to take a healing surge, but otherwise I'm going to be okay because I only have one healing surge left, I think.
Okay, all of my
Or maybe
healing
two
powers.
left,
I
so.
mean, if I roll a heal check, can I give people?
You can. It is very unusual. There, I think, until you get to much higher levels,
Okay.
there will not be spells that allow you to heal without the person spending a surge. There are occasionally things for paladins and I think clerics where they spend a surge and the person receives stuff, but even those are usually not a ton of them.
I have
around.
I have 2 left, so I'm going to take 1. And if you've got a bonus to give me, that would be great.
I
Want me
can
to
give
use
you a
an
1d6 plus 1 bonus.
Great, yes, please.
I assume Inspiring Word and Healing Word are similar bonuses.
3. You get a 3 for a bonus.
Okay, great. I'm
So
at
let me
32 now.
just assess. Is anybody still bloodied at this stage of things?
No.
No.
Peter?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, Akrid, you're good. Seems I'm not
Yeah.
bothering to check in on Alestrin and Melik, who have never, who are not so far. We are not even certain if they have blood inside them.
I have taken so much damage, by the way.
I
It's
know.
true.
I know. I'm being a jerk, Monty.
And
So
when I take any damage, it breaks me in half. So.
yes, you are willowy. So. You climb the staircase. Your legs are burning as you've climbed up. It must be flights and flights of stairs until finally the spiral staircase ceases to spiral and you find yourselves at a landing. There is a short hallway and a set of wooden double doors at the end of the hallway.
Do I have a dwarven sense of what level of Undermountain we're on?
You think that, you were pretty deep on, in fact, probably if you were in Undermountain, there were statues of Hallister Blackcloak, so it seems like you were in Undermountain, but some of the areas you were in before were even just kind of caverns beneath Undermountain. You were pretty deep. You think you're probably a lot closer to the upper levels at this point. That cave-in sent you pretty deep. So first off, just logistical, can everybody see the map and see themselves on the map? You may have to scroll down a bunch.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you see stairs, you see a hallway, you see
And
the doors.
Dumbledore's, yeah.
And Dumbledore's. What do you want to do?
I would like to check for traps on these doors.
All right.
21.
These doors are free of traps.
Fantastic. Do I hear
They
anything?
are also locked. They are also quiet beyond.
Okay. Hey, Flessa, can you pick this lock?
I can try.
Thank you.
And
Peter
that
backs
is
up.
a 20.
Flessa, you have no trouble picking the lock.
I back away from the door.
Okay.
It's unlocked.
I'm gonna take.
There may be some new trying to figure out what the roles are now that Peter Dragonforge is,
I can open the door.
little gun shy.
I'm gonna open the door. I just don't usually get to.
You're gonna open the
Do you want to
door.
open the door? Flessa, do you want
always
to open the door?
Flessa always wants to do stuff. Usually
Okay.
I'm just told not to.
Be sneaky and peek in.
Okay. All right. I will roll a stealth check. So, that's a crappy stealth check. That's a 14.
All right. The door creaks, and you open to see a chamber beyond.
No statues.
The room
Oh.
beyond is full of statues. There's a good dozen or so statues cluttering up this medium-sized square chamber. Each statue depicts, it looks like some kind of adventure, dwarves and elves and humans, even a few tieflings. Some are clearly wizards and rogues and paladins, while others are kind of worn away. It's a little less clear what they are, but each of them is kind of depicted frozen in a moment of agony. Room full of statues. This room is kind of cluttered with these statues. There's not kind of a clear path across this room. You do see another set of wooden Dumbledores, or Dumbledores, if you will, on the other side of the room.
Does it look like they were frozen or like in place? Like they were trying to get out of this room and then maybe were turned to stone?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. Oh, that's D6. I want a D20 plus 6.
Yeah.
17.
They all look like they're in pain. They do not look in flight. I think that was like you were are they trying to run or something like? Did that answer your question?
Kind of like, does it look like they were frozen in place, like
Petrified
petrified here, or were they petrified elsewhere and just stored here?
Let me ask you a question that I, Tony Sindelar, am asking you about statues. How easy is it to tell if a statue was made here versus made somewhere else and
if they're all running in the same direction, or if they're all like,
they're not all running in the same direction.
Tony, I'm sorry. I see that there are 6 demon icons and 5 angel icons. Are the actual statues divided up that way?
I only had 2 statue tokens.
Okay.
There's an assortment of people.
Okay.
I'd like to look at the floor in this room and see if there's any.
All right. Give me a perception check, Alestrin.
I shall. That is an perception. That's a 23.
It's fine dwarven craftsmanship. It's the flooriest floor you've ever floored.
I'm floored.
Yeah. This looks like a real standard floor, nice square grids, nice and level, surprisingly free of scuff marks, maybe that you might expect from statues being dragged around. You do not see any suspicious panels. Ooh. All right. Give me a quick perception check on that ceiling.
That is a 15.
It looks pretty standard ceiling.
Peter is
How's the
going to do.
craftsmanship?
Peter's going to do an Arcana check on this room. Little Arcana check, and he gets 17.
All right, Peter, do you want to stand up in the doorway to do that, or back in the
Nope.
hallway?
I'll get a little closer, just enough to see in there, but I'm not walking in.
All right, you're at the threshold.
Yeah.
Peter, you do not detect anything arcane about this room.
No magic here.
Traps, like on the floor inside.
Alestrin carefully inspected the floor and did not see any traps.
Can I notice that Alestrin looked up at the ceiling and also look at the ceiling?
Sure.
Right.
Guys, let's live here.
in this entryway.
Do I see anything problematic about the ceiling?
Nope, the ceiling seems fine.
I'm gonna perceive the west wall.
Okay.
It's only an 8.
Peter, you've had a day. It seems like a wall.
Guys, wall. That wall looks okay. It checks out.
Is there any other place that this stairwell led to, other levels?
Can we go somewhere else?
There is a door beyond the statue chamber if you want to not stay in the statue chamber forever.
This is presumably the lost temple we were told that we would be going to. Unless we are already at the warehouse and this is just a statue warehouse.
It does not seem to. This does not seem to meet what you would expect a statue warehouse to look like.
I don't know.
Statues
It's a bunch
life size?
It's a whole bunch of statues.
Yeah, it's for
They're
Mardi
life
Gras.
size. Yeah.
Lovely.
Plus, is there any way you can maybe tumble to the other side of the room or cautiously enter?
Tony, I'm going to do an insight check on the nearest statue to me to see if I can understand more about what form this takes and who it is and
You can't do an insight check on a statue.
On a statue to get insight? What can
This is a classic total party kill moment, not what insight does.
What does insight do? I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on here. I'm
figuring out
gonna roll
lying to
insight
you.
for you to tell me what the right thing to do is here.
Are you rolling insight on the dungeon master?
Yeah, and I got a 23, so tell me.
Automatic fail.
I don't know.
The dungeon master is enigmatic and unperceivable.
Peter
What is
Dragonforge
reality?
shrugs.
Hey, I rolled.
You know what? Also, I mean, Jason, I could tell you, but it wouldn't help because Peter Dragonforge wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I rolled a critical on my Google the Wiki for insight. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Sure.
You can discern intent and decipher body language during social interactions.
I would like to point out the statue has extremely limited body language.
Well, I mean, they are
What
they are
kind of
frozen in a
pain
pose,
does he
right?
look like?
It's just
You can
pain.
tell how well you're doing in a social situation.
I walk into the
Bad.
room.
I was just about
Yeah.
to do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey!
Melik
Get up there,
steps into the
Alestrin.
room.
And so does Flessa. immediately, 'cause-
Melik, there is a little bit of Melik and Flessa step into the room. There's a little bit of space before it's just, stacked with statues. You're standing in it. Nothing happens to you.
Yet.
Now, do you want me to tumble to the other side of the room?
Melik steps forward further. Melik is squeezing between the statues, sick of all of this, sick of his friends.
Don't
Flessa
blink.
follows close beyond. Slowly, Melik. Slowly.
Reference acknowledged.
I've got a teleport ring that can send me to anywhere in Undermountain.
Does Flessa have one of those?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
I
Did he
just
trade
followed.
it?
Melik, just thinking, if something bad were to happen, where are you thinking about in Undermountain that you would go to?
Just back into the hallway.
The bottom of the yawning portal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's an elevator right to a
there.
bar.
So Melik boldly strides into the statue room. It's you got to squeeze between some statues at places to get there. But he kind of zigzags across the room, finding gaps between the various heroic adventurers struck forever in these frozen poses, and makes his way to the opposite door. Flessa is right behind Melik, following his steps. Alestrin steps into the room and looks like he's sidestepping off to find another path. Peter
Yeah,
and Rizwin still stand in the doorway. Akrid
I'm gonna
is
come
far
too.
behind. All right, Rizwin, making your way across the room.
I made it.
All right, Alestrin still waiting. Alestrin starts creeping across the room. All of you are heading there, yet no one has yet opened the door on the other side of the chamber.
I will when I'm told.
All right.
Busta, can you check for traps on that door?
I can try. 11.
Is the door locked?
The door is not trapped, Flessa. It does appear to be locked. Akrid still waits in the hallway, uncertain about what's going to happen.
All right.
Yep.
I will try to pick the lock.
Who's
That is a 21.
You have no trouble picking the lock.
Should I open it? I say to Melik.
Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to roll a stealth check again just because I tried to open the last one sneakily. And, that's better than last time. So that is 25.
All right. You open the door. It creaks, and but not too much. And you see a long hallway beyond. As you open the doors in front of Akrid's face snap shut.
Oh.
That's annoying.
Oh, should I close the door again?
Yeah, try that.
I close the doors again.
There's this creep right
Your doors are now closed. Akrid, you are now in a hallway with a closed door between you and your friends.
Try opening it again.
Akrid?
Anyone there?
You can try opening it.
I try to open the door.
It's locked.
What's the door made of?
Wood.
And what's the lock made of?
Metal.
I spit on the lock.
All right.
You can't-
It's going to be real hard to unlock it now. But the lock feels bad, and that's what you wanted.
I think we determined with that scythe that your breath doesn't actually dissolve.
Oh yeah, I
dissolve
remember
metal.
last time. Oh well. I spit on it anyways, just in
So
insult.
can you knock it down?
I'll try to smash it.
All right, give me a strength check.
20.
All right, the wood starts splintering, and the door is like half off its frames. All of you are standing in a room full of statues with all of the doors closed as one of the doors is being beaten down by an angry dragonborn. Do you want to do anything or just wait for Akrid to smash down a door?
No, I'm going to pick this lock again.
Okay.
I'll
Assuming
smash
it's
the
locked.
door. while
Flessa,
she
you're
picks
picking the lock right there where you are?
Did that
Yeah,
lock
I-
again?
If it
It
locked,
did.
if
It did.
relocked.
It did lock. Yes.
All right. That's 18.
Now we're all in a
You have-
chamber with no windows and no.
You have picked the lock. Do you want to open the door?
Boss, should I open the door? I look
Yes.
up at Melik.
Yeah.
All right. You've opened the door. I'm just gonna slide the door piece over here.
I'm
Can I
gonna-
leave this room now. Can we go?
Yeah,
All right.
let's
As soon as Melik gets out, I'm.
All right.
I'm
Well-
checking for traps as I walk along in the corridor.
I will
Okay.
stay by the door.
So, Rizwin, give me a quick trap check. Accurate, at this
19.
point, you have broken through the door.
Okay, I huddled, go really quickly to everyone else. I'm a little shell shocked. I have
All right.
abandonment issues.
Yeah. Rizwin, you got a 19. Rizwin,
Yeah.
not too far down the passageway, you can see that there are several tiles in the floor. They're large. It seems like most of the floor, let me paint on the map a little bit, looks like it has some, pressure plates.
Hey, Flessa, can you do anything about pressure plates?
I can try.
And I
So
point out
that-
where the pressure
Point.
plates are.
Yeah. Point where there's a thing.
Right there.
Okay. So I will go up to here and I will investigate thievery and try to use my thievery skills to disarm whatever this pressure plate tries to
Yep.
do. All right. That is a 23.
All right, you have disabled one of the pressure plates. You managed to wedge a little metal pin in there such that it will no longer be a
But there's
pressure plate.
still 7 of them?
There are many more up ahead. Probably you don't need to clear all of them, but maybe you want to clear a path.
Maybe we
Let's
could just
clear
go single file.
That sounds
Hold on.
great.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So I will hop onto this one and try to do the next one. If anybody's got some random pieces of metal, now's the time to pull them out because I'm going to need a bunch.
We have a whole bunch of gold coins.
Yeah, Melik's got a
Yeah.
lot.
Probably also have some copper coins, which might even work better, honestly.
Mhm.
Are you crazy? I'm not carrying copper. What do I look like?
I probably have some copper. 14.
You think that was successful?
Okay.
Oof.
Then I step forward onto it to
All
do
right.
the next one.
Flessa, you hear a creaking noise and a blade on a pendulum swings down from a slot in the ceiling in the direction of your head. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okie dokie. 19.
All right, you cling to the wall and the blade slices through the path where you were. It reaches the arc of the pendulum and goes back, and instead of cleanly sliding back into the slot in the ceiling, it looks like this trap is a little bit old and it doesn't quite line up. It creaks and it clatters against the ceiling, and a giant pendulum blade and a metal arm clatter to the ground of the tunnel. It looks like some of the parts of this trap are rusted out. So
Did
good
it
news.
la-
You have sprung part of the trap, just like you
Did
planned.
it land on any of the other pressure plates?
No, we'll say they're down here.
Okay.
All right.
Was this trap designed to protect their statue room from people coming north?
I'll try to do the next one.
All right.
Let's see if I can roll better this time. That is a 20.
Okay. You think you have disabled that trap?
All right. I'll step forward onto it.
Mm-hmm.
This time I'm ready to hop out of the way.
Seems nothing happens.
All right.
You got one panel left.
All right. Oh boy. 15.
All right. You feel like you probably got that one.
All right. Well, I step forward onto it timidly, ready to jump.
You think you hear some weird kind of rusty noises in the ceiling above, but nothing happens. You can now see that you are close to you can now see yet another Dumbledore at the end of the hallway.
All right.
Is that what you people need to hear? Does that make you happy?
Yes.
Yes.
I
No.
look very closely at each floor tile before I step onto it to see if there's anything to disable.
All right. So you have traversed the Hall of Blades. This set of double doors is a little bit different. It is made of stone, and it looks like there's something written in it, Flessa. I don't know what languages you speak, so I'm not sure if you can read it or not.
You know what? I don't think I can read any languages, even the ones I speak.
That's efficient.
I'm going to take a look at it and see if I can read
There's
it.
words
Sure.
here, boss. You guys like words.
I sure
It's
do.
the show me the money elven thing.
So yeah, words.
All right. So Flessa has cleared a path through the traps that you could now
Walk on those bricks, please.
I don't see languages I speak.
Yeah, me either.
I've
think
got
it's
it.
on
It's
the
down at the
first
bottom
page.
of page 1 in the center column. So languages, and then there's just like a list there. I speak Common and Giant for some reason, which is hilarious.
Huh.
I
Oh,
speak
common and
common-
dwarven.
Common and Draconic.
Oh, we
Common
can
and
chat.
goblin.
Giant's just common, but you have to talk really loud.
Yeah.
Actually,
Can I-
there's a link.
They're
Okay,
a
that's
long ways
offensive.
from the ground.
Sorry, I'll Dungeons and Dragons. But there's actually a link between the Dwarven and Giant language because the dwarves were imprisoned by the Giants for so long.
Cool. Can I roll like a knowledge check or something
Yeah.
to recognize what language it is?
All right, so
Engineering,
Flessa,
maybe?
Rizwin, Melik, and Peter are up at the double doors leading into somewhere else. It looks like an Acrid and a Lestrin are bringing up the rear. So, Rizwin, why don't you give me, I don't know, yeah, I think it's probably just a knowledge check.
There
probably
is
just
no knowledge skill. You mean
How
just
about
like
intelligence? Yeah, how about intelligence?
Not wisdom?
Not wisdom. It doesn't need to be that high.
11.
It looks like there are some stuff written here in Dwarven. The script
I speak
is,
Dwarven.
You do speak Dwarven, and you read Dwarven, perhaps more importantly, in this
Yeah.
circumstances. The script, though, is the language is like very flowy and kind of ornate for how it's worked into the stone. So it's a little hard to make out what exactly it says, but you think it says something about maybe there's some kind of warning or advisory or caution or exaltation or excitement
Can I
about
roll a history check?
about
Okay.
some number of trials beyond. And it seems like the number that comes up a couple times in here is, you feel pretty certain about that, 5. There's probably 5 of something in this room beyond.
14 knowledge.
Jelly
history check?
beans.
14 history check.
Yeah.
You are not familiar with anything related to 5 trials in Dwarven history or history. in general.
Okay.
It's probably something specific to the function of these chambers that you're in. It does
Okay.
seem particularly ornate Dwarven craftsmanship on this big, fancy stone door.
Seems
Fine.
old.
Dwarven
I-
craftsmanship.
Fine
relate-
Dwarven craftsmanship.
I relay the message to everybody else.
I can count to 5.
Can you check for traps?
Yes.
Great. Maybe this door is locked too.
I check for traps. I'm not sure I'm any better at checking for traps than you are. I rolled well, so 22.
+1.
The door is neither locked nor trapped.
Well, I rolled a 10 for checking for traps, so
Thankfully,
it's not
Flessa
even-
rolled better.
It's not even
I think
locked.
it is. Let's go in. Anybody
Yeah.
have any objection?
Do you want me to sneakily open it again?
That sounds great.
I hope it doesn't sound like anything because I'm trying to be sneaky.
Be sneaky. I believe in you.
19.
And so the doors swing open, revealing a strange temple-like chamber beyond. Huge sets of stone doors are in the corner of this little square room leading to who knows what. One of them already is standing there ajar. The floor is covered in dwarven runes. What is missing from here is any kind of obvious exit sign. And in fact, you're now placed with the annoying situation of 4 doors that you have to deal with. Who doesn't love doors? Will they find the way out? Are they going to be trapped in Undermountain forever? Why is Tony making things so complicated? They just want to go home. For answers, none of those were questions, but for answers to questions that I will ask next time, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
Why is Tony making it this so hard? That's a question.
Absolutely a question.
Why
always
is
questions.
Tony making it so hard?
I mean, we're farther away from the chieftain now, and this corridor, like, we seem to have disabled the traps. We could also just, I don't know, spend the night here? Right?
It might be worth scouting about a little bit first before you decide to spend the night here. But to find out if that's what you do next time, tune in next time. Total Party Kill. How's everyone doing?
Wow, 2 endings there. That was exciting.
Yeah, double
I'll put
the
one of them-
endings.
I'll put one of them after the music.
They passed the credits for a special scene.
Yeah.
That's right. All right.
Any
I'm
questions? Everyone's okay?
going to turn off the live stream for now. We'll be back in 5-ish.
You
Think
know,
of
The
the
live
last
stream
half.
back on.
Think of the last half hour of
We're
a really
back.
long low definition episode.
yeah.
We're back.
You know, I mean, I think we used to play didn't we play some 5 and 6 hour sessions? We also didn't used to take breaks. Remember when we discovered the technology that is breaks?
The breaks
Oh.
are so good.
Breaks is a great idea. Helps the editors, helps the players. It's good for everyone.
It helps the storytelling in the episodes too.
It does.
We know where we're coming out of. I love it.
Fun.
Finally, we've
Thankfully,
perfected.
the technology finally
Dungeons
arrived.
How
and
many years
Dragons.
did it take?
Like 4 years.
7. We started in like 2012.
Hundreds of
That's not
episodes.
2011.
possible. That's not possible.
Yeah, we did. I actually.
Oh,
I
God.
have.
This
Why did it-
campaign
Sorry.
might have started in 2012.
Oh no, I have accidentally wasted my life.
Was it an accident?
I did it on purpose.
Let me just test something technically that I've set up just before we do that. If I click show to player, does this pop up a little thing on your screen?
It does.
Flame
Flame
door.
door.
Yes, it does.
All right, everything works. You can close that. You're going to see it again very soon. So,
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh,
and when
boy.
one person closes it, is just I've never. I think I send it to everybody, and then you have it to move around your screen or close as you see.
Can
fit.
you send it to only one person?
I think the only button I have is show to players.
Does it
So,
show up on the video?
If it shows up on Jason's screen?
Yeah, and then I
So
capture
Jason
it.
just-
And
Jason decides if it's on the video or not by where he puts it on his screen.
no, it
relative
doesn't.
to
Yeah,
capture.
it does. It does.
Okay. Should we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am your Dungeon Master, Tony Sindelar. We are following the exploits of Dragonforge and Associates. They have traveled deep into the heart of Undermountain. They have faced threats of all manner, traps and monsters and bandits. Oh my. They have learned the fate and the password that will get them to Rutherford Umbros, theoretically the MacGuffin that has been pushing this entire multi-year adventure. And now all they need to do is get back to the surface alive so they can plan one more expedition under mountain, hopefully not die, but get richly rewarded in the future.
Wait,
Allow me to introduce
Is his
our
name
play-
MacGuffin? I thought his name was Ermbrust.
Ernburst. I don't even think we've said his name consistently. So allow me to introduce our players in the order that I'm looking at their names on this screen. First up, it's Georgia Dow. Hi, Georgia.
Hi, I'm playing Acrid Balthazar, and I am a Dragonborn warlord. Bahami is my god. He has saved me. I'm very happy, but slightly, singed.
Yep. Next up, it's Steve Lutz.
Hello, it's me. I am playing a Lestrin Quiverbottom, a Elven Ranger, and I don't really see what all the fuss is about.
What fuss is there?
I don't know.
Followed by Sarah Barber. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, hey. I am Rizwin, a Dwarven cleric who, just tries not to die.
Don't we all? Also here, it's Monty Ashley.
Hi, I'm playing Melik, the Tiefling Wizard, and I looked it up, and the first episode of this campaign was June 25, 2014.
That's
Yes.
none of those are real numbers. Standing in the vicinity of Melik, it's not Jason Snell, it's a character he controls. Hi, Jason.
Hi, I am playing Peter Dragonforge, who in the last episode came very, very close to death and then spent most of the episode contemplating his mortality and praying to Bahamut. But he is very slowly becoming his usual self again.
And last but not least, everyone's favorite Erica Ensign. Take that, other Ericas.
Wow. I am honored. I am also playing Flessa, a short, not very smart, not very wise human rogue who was really scared for her friends for a while ago, but she's already practically forgotten about it.
Surely we have learned nothing from your close brush with death, and everything will be fine here. You have journeyed, thankfully, far from the territory of Undermountain controlled by the Lizard Folk tribe, and find yourself in some kind of strange, it's described as a temple. It's a little unclear how much that is. The dwarven runes warned you of 5 trials, and you now stand looking into a chamber that is, well, unusual comes to mind. The ceiling is so far above you that your torchlight doesn't even reach it. The tile floor in the middle of the square room glows with faded dwarven runes, not ruins. 4 large sets of stone double doors, Steve, stand in the corner of this vestibule foyer in this square chamber. Each of them are carved with kind of icons. The double doors to the southeast is already ajar. What will you do next?
Can I read the runes?
Give me. I'm going to say, give me a history check on these.
20.
Yeah. Is Rizwin our only person who speaks Dwarven? I think so.
Sounds
I
like
think
it.
that's a yes.
I rolled a 20. Not a natural 20, but still a 20.
Let me see if I can make these. Whoops, not that.
Oh,
Ah,
the floors are moving.
Yeah. Can you see
What?
those, Rizwin?
Yes.
Is this
Each
an eye
there's-
test?
Thanks, players.
And
What about the bottom ones?
I'm working on it.
better 2.
All right. So, Rizwin, you spent some time studying the floor.
I can read the second
there-
line.
There are 16 large square tiles that make up the floor of this chamber, and each one has kind of somewhat ornate, so it's a little hard to make them out at first, and very flowy, scripty. Some of them get a little bit lost in the background or the texture of the different tile, but you basically determine that each of these 16 tiles has a letter in Dwarven, in an ancient Dwarven script.
The
There's
worst
only
name
one
of boggle
vowel.
ever.
I am not responsible for your language.
Tony, did you mean to slide those tiles on top, one to the left?
Is that what I did?
Yes. It's no longer a 4x4 square.
Well,
it is
really?
for me.
I see the 4x4.
It is for me.
It's me.
Oh,
for-
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Try reloading.
all right.
I did nudge the tiles accidentally, but I thought I put them
Yeah,
back.
I did see the move, and then they came back.
They came back.
So
Uh,
16 squares each, I believe. No repeating letters.
Cool.
Yep.
is
And we'll
there-
just read these. Who wants to give a dramatic reading of 16 letters for the listeners? I nominate Monty.
Top row, N, F, T, C. Second row, W, L, H, Z.
Third row.
Or Z.
I, J, K, R.
Fourth row.
V, Q, M, B.
You're listening to VQMB, the voice of Undermountain. Bong, bong, bong.
So 16 tiles in the middle of the room. 4 sets of stone double doors plus the doors you entered through. That's 5 doors total. The doors to the southeast, to your right, are already ajar.
Should I go in? Should I?
Plus, do you want to look through the doors over there sneakily? You're so good at it.
Okay, I sneak over to here without stepping on any of the fancy tiles. So, assuming nothing terrible or really great happens to me before I get to there, and I'm doing it sneakily. With a natural 20, which brings my stealth up to 32.
Suddenly,
Nice.
everyone realizes that Flessa is no longer here. You did not see her leave. Flessa, you move like a quiet wind over to these sets of double doors and look between them.
She's silent but deadly.
You can see are you carrying a light source? Does there are
No.
none?
So can I not see?
You cannot see beyond the range of, I guess,
Or
whatever light
do I have
source is.
Do I have a torch? I guess I
Your
had a
ca-
torch.
Your avatar has a torch.
I know my
so-
avatar has a torch, so I guess I seem to remember at some point before me saying, that I had, because I only need one hand for my
Mhm.
dagger, and I'm sure it went out after all of the nonsense.
Let
with
us say
the
you have
crocodile,
lit a
but I
new torch
probably
as you're
lit a new
looking
torch.
around these dark tunnels, and you can see a hallway. I don't know. Do you think that's as far as torchlight leads? Do you want to see more? I don't know.
5, 10.
Don't forget to check for traps.
Is the torch 20 feet, or I think it is. So
Is that about right
I
then?
hear the word something traps from behind me. So I put my torch close to the floor, the walls, and the ceiling of these doors
Okay.
to look for traps.
Perception check.
Yeah, 17.
All right. With a 17, you do not see any traps. You do see, I will tell you, there's some dwarven writing on the doors that you're looking for. There's also an icon kind of carved into the door that I will share with you as a graphic, and perhaps you could describe for our listeners.
Okay. I'll go back to my bosses and say, so the doors are open. They have some more words on them. They look kind of similar to the words on this one. And there's a picture of it looks like a great big round potion with a cork stopper in the top of it. Yeah, it's cool.
Neat.
Did you say
I'm
more
gonna go-
words?
Yeah, there's words, but I
I'm
can't
going to try
read
and
them.
read the words.
I will say at this point, you probably don't even need to roll anything. The words in Dwarven at this point, I'm going to tell you, Rizwin, it says Sanctum of Vials. Vials, V-I-A-L-S, not
Mhm.
V-I-L-E-S.
Vile things.
Like things that hold potions, not
Yeah.
like vile
Yeah.
fiends. Great.
Yep. And I've put a little icon on the floor there to help to make the room less disorienting to our players.
Are we going to
Because
go
there
with
are
the
plenty of
potions?
doors.
Can I see the doors over on the other side, or any of these from where?
Sure.
My vantage point?
There's no light sources in here, so you're limited by what your torch could see.
I
but so-
have low light vision.
Okay, just give me a quick perception check to see how hard it is to see across this unlit room with your low light vision. And
I did not roll well. I rolled an 8.
all right, I will tell you. You can see the. I'll give you the visual, but you can't read it. You can't make out the scripture from here. So, did you want to look at just all the doors?
Yeah.
All right, let's just do that. There are symbols on each of the 4 doors, and I will share with you some images, and you can describe them to our
Cool.
listeners.
Fun. Well, this one looks like it has some kind of drop on it. The one in the northwest corner looks like it has snowflake.
Also a
On it.
dune and not a door.
Yeah,
There's probably a desert planet behind it.
probably. The one at the lower
Sounds like that it's
south-
a parody of a desert planet.
southwest
Magazine.
appears to have the flame icon, and the one right in front of me has a potion bottle icon. I'm going to go over to the flame door and see if I can read the things that are on there.
All right. You can read in the flowing, archaic dwarven script. It says Hall of Fire.
Cool. I'm going to avoid that one. I say we go investigate the Sanctum of Vials and see if there's any clues to maybe walking across this room without maybe getting eaten.
Can we find out what the other doors say?
I can't see that far, so
Oh, okay. Because my thought is that a hall of fire is more likely to go somewhere than a sanctum of vials.
yes, but there might be like potions of knowledge there, or teleportation.
Or protection
Or healing.
against fire.
Also good.
Could just be bottle storage.
It is a sanctum. Maybe we can rest there. So,
Well,
all
the
right.
door's already open.
Yeah, that helps.
I say
That
let's
saves
do
us a step.
vials.
I'm going to check for traps as I go along the vials corridor.
All right. You head down the vile corridor.
I'm making that sound ominous.
Yeah. Let me just.
I rolled a critical fail on checking for traps.
All right. You are unaware of any traps as you head through the open double doors and
With
into
that, with that
Everything-
roll, she might set some on the way.
Everything's fine, everybody.
You just you set up several tripwires with a rope. Please note that down. All right, so this hallway beyond the door marked Chamber of Vials does not go very far before it truncates in kind of a little strange set of alcoves.
Oh my god, there's a skull.
There is a small chamber, and it is packed with rows and rows. It must be hundreds, if not thousands, of bottles and jars of all shapes and sizes. And rather prominently, just sitting on the floor in the middle of this chamber, next to a small black bottle, is a skull. It looks like a humanoid skull. Just
No
to
other
check,
body bone?
Rizwin and Flessa have led the way down the hallway. It looks like Peter, Alestrin, and Acrid are kind of in the rear. Melik is still safely in the hallway with horrible blade traps by himself.
Safely.
So, Rizwin, yes,
Blade
there is
traps.
a skull just sitting on the floor next to the kind of shelves with rows and rows of bottles. I didn't have a graphic of rows and bottles, so you have other images there. But you get the
Do
idea.
I perceive correctly that it is slightly glowing purple, this skull?
Roll perception.
Tony,
I will-
is there
I
any
will.
symbol on the door, the doors that we came from? Is
No.
it like the Hall of Blades?
There was no symbol there.
All right. Okay.
14.
I'm calling it the Hall of Blades.
The skull, you're not sure if it has a purple glow or if that's just like a trick of the light, but it does seem to kind of catch the light from your torchlight as you're looking at it.
Okay. I'm going to take a look at the rows of bottles.
Okay.
Do they have labels?
You look at the rows and rows of bottles. There are many bottles. Some of them are transparent. Some of them are opaque. Some of them have liquids. Very few of them have labels. Certainly none in text. A few with icons here and there. And some of them seem like they might even have solid objects in them, like food. Others look like they have clouds of gas in them. One has a little blue snake. Of a species you are unfamiliar with. One large bottle kind of buzzes. You suspect there is something that buzzes inside of it. There are many, many bottles.
And none with
hello,
labels
bees!
that I can read.
Sorry, what was that, Rizwan?
No, none of them have labels I can read.
Why don't you give me a quick perception check as you look between the various labels.
12.
You are looking between them. They are written. Some of them are labels. You weren't even sure they were labels at first because they're written in all manner of languages. You find one that is labeled in Dwarven. It says poison.
Cool.
Are there any that are particularly sparkly?
Give me a quick perception check, Flessa.
Over on this side that I'm totally looking
Yes.
at, where when Rizwin has her back turned.
Unsupervised, yes.
Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Alestrin? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Far away.
I can move slightly closer if you need.
17.
All right. You see a large, it looks like it's probably a gallon-sized jar full of sparkly red stones.
Ooh.
Can we take this one? I point at it. If it was small enough for me to just put in my pocket, I might have done that. But
Felessa,
Okay.
just a quick question. Which hand did you point at it with?
let's see. Right.
Okay, right. So you say, can we take this one? And the skull on the ground says, well met, adventurers.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Hi.
I startle.
I wave at it with my right hand.
Oh, pardon. Sorry, I did not see you come in at first.
I'm
Hello.
very sneaky.
He's pointed right down the hallway. What a
Well
lazy guard.
met, Skull.
Oh, my name is Murray. Hello.
Hooray.
I'm an adventurer like yourself, as you could tell, no doubt. I am in a bit of a predicament here.
Yeah, what happened?
I'll say.
Well, I was with some colleagues. We were adventuring, as you do, and we got stuck here. And I tried one of the potions, and well, it seemed to have shrunk me down and immobilized me. I'm in rather a strange state. Things were a bit confusing there. I'm not really sure what happened to my friends. And
Maybe
some
they left
time
because
has
you
passed.
turned into a skull.
Into an, excuse me?
A skull.
I don't know what a scroll is. A scroll?
What did you say your name was again?
My name is Murray.
Murray.
Murray. I'm a ranger.
Oh.
Oh.
smallest
Which
ranger
I've ever
bottle
seen.
did you drink?
I'm having trouble turning around. It was right here. There is conspicuously a black bottle right next to the skull on the floor.
Ah.
I look at it.
Was it this one?
Murray says, yes, there it is. It's caked in dust. It's empty. It looks like it had fallen on the ground or been left on the ground. But yes, it's a black bottle.
Why
Fletcher
did you
holding
drink it?
Well, it seemed like a good idea here when I was my friends and I, we were here. We were trying to figure out how to get out of this place. Things at Undermountain did not go as we expected. We were really hoping to get back to the surface. And, well, we each decided we would pick a potion and drink it, and then perhaps that would help us get out.
Did it?
Well, I'm here still, and I'm
And
not
you
sure
don't
where
know
they
how-
are.
Hmm.
What were your friends' names? Maybe we know them.
How many adventure names can Tony make?
I'm terrible.
A mean dungeon master would make you come up with those names. I am a kind dungeon master.
I would suddenly they would all be named after objects in this room with me.
Do you want us to name
Do
your
you want us to
NPCs,
canonically
Tony?
name things? Yeah.
I'm happy
yes.
to do so.
Lego minifig and Apple MacBook and Yeti microphone.
Webcam the Paladin.
Do any of the bottles have a symbol of a skull to a fleshy looking thing?
So Flessa, the bottle that you're holding, it's black. It's covered with a lot of dust. As you're kind of looking at it, some of the dust falls off, and there is just a skull and crossbones on it.
Who drinks that?
It doesn't.
He makes really bad choices.
Yeah. So
He should have said to himself, they do not put skull and crossbones on bottles if they are meant to be drunk. I learned that from a book.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check on the skull.
okay. Roll Arcana.
17.
So he tells you, well, my friends, there was Diedrich and Akron and Etats. And please write those down because I'm not going to remember them later.
Can you say them again, please?
No,
Dietrich?
I just said I wouldn't remember them.
All right.
It's Diedrich,
I have it.
Akron, and Etats. I got it.
There you go.
All right. I'm not
That's
even there.
the website where you order your tattoos online.
What?
Etats.
Oh, I get it now.
How does
That's
that
states all
work?
backwards.
Roll Arcana, Peter. Did you roll Arcana?
I did.
You think that something arcane has turned this person into a skull.
Thanks.
Yeah. You think that it was probably the result of a potion. You are not sure if it's reversible. Seems like it might be hard to reverse it.
Ugh.
Once again, I point. Can we take this one?
To the skull or the potion?
The one that's like a gallon size of sparkly things.
Mm.
Can I pick up
Where's
Murray's skull?
Sure. Do you want
Where's
to?
Melik?
I'm back here looking at these runes.
Hmm.
Alas, poor Diedrich.
Melik doesn't have time for talking skulls.
I do pick up Murray's skull.
Whoa! Hey there. What was your name?
Peter Dragonforge.
Oh, well met.
Hello.
Murray.
You're a skull, and I'm holding you now.
I'm still kind of having trouble processing what that means. Are you sure I'm not? Is that some kind of weird rock word that you people use now? Like I'm a rock?
Yes.
I don't
Sure.
feel like a skull is what I'm saying.
What do you feel like?
I feel like I'm just a person, but I was really low to the ground and had trouble moving.
Okay, but now
Can you
that
wiggle
I'm
your
holding you
toes?
up here at this height, how do you feel?
I mean, this is comfortable. This is about eye height, maybe a little bit higher than I'm used to, but
Can you feel your body? Can you see your body?
I don't know. Did anything happen when I did that?
No.
Nothing happened.
You don't sound like a skull either. I've never heard a skull talk like
Is
you.
it talking, or are we just hearing its voice?
Is it moving?
Is it
What's
like
the
like
difference?
is
The
there a
jaw's not moving.
jawbone and it's moving? No.
It just the
Technically,
voice.
all the talking you hear is skulls talking.
Whoa.
Deep.
Wow.
It does seem like the voice just kind of emanates from the skull. That it is not moving. It's not a. It's
That's
not
what I
anim-
meant.
Yes.
When
I
you think about
understand.
it, all voices emanate from a skull, but this is
I feel like
different.
that's exactly what Monty just
It
said.
is.
So,
You
That's
learned
unfortunate
nothing.
because I was enjoying picturing it bouncing up and down as it was talking on the floor.
so
Yeah.
well, you can imagine that. That's what Alestrin
So
sees.
I'm gonna walk with the skull and point it out the door and say, "What can you tell me about this room? What did you guys learn about it?"
Oh yeah, runes, huh? Yeah, we real stumped by that. What about you guys? We tried jumping up and down on them. That didn't work. We tried forming various shapes with their bodies on the floor. That didn't work. What do you guys tried?
We haven't tried anything yet. Did your other guys go in the other rooms? Do you know, or was this the
No.
first room you went in?
We started with the potion room. That seemed pretty good.
And then after you had the potion, what do you remember? Nothing after that?
Yeah, I don't know. Things got real dark. And then when I kind of came to, they weren't there anymore, and I was stuck on the ground.
All right.
Have you seen them around?
No.
How old does?
I'm worried about Diedrich.
How old do his Are there any armor or clothing left over?
There is nothing. There is a skull on the ground and a
How much
black
dust?
discarded bottle.
How much dust was on the bottle?
Significant.
Years of dust, a decade of dust.
Roll dust check.
Maury,
Dungeoneering.
who was in
Murray,
charge?
please,
Murray,
Murray.
sorry. Murray, who was in
13.
charge of Waterdeep who was the Burgermeister of Waterdeep when you were here?
The open lord of Waterdeep was, and he names a name that you do not recognize.
Poof.
Not even from history.
Roll history.
20.
Yeah,
I also
that
rolled
guy.
the natural 20.
There you go. Well, so now I feel like I should have some names handy. Sorry. Rizwin and Peter. That guy was the open lord of Waterdeep. Let's say approximately 250 years ago.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know I haven't slept. So I think my passage of time has been different.
Yeah.
It's probably been a couple hours since my friends were here.
Murray, are you ready to hear some difficult information?
Maybe
Not
you should
really.
sit
I'm
down.
still dealing with the whole skull thing. So,
All right.
you guys have anything to eat?
I don't think you could eat anything either.
I want to like you guys.
You're
but-
enchanted, sir. You're enchanted and
Oh,
made
you're
into a
enchanting
skull.
too. That's sweet of you.
Peter,
Oh,
Peter,
wait.
give him something to eat. Let's see what happens.
All right. I don't have anything to eat because everything was inside a
Oh,
crocodile.
yeah. Do not eat anything that's been in and out of a crocodile.
I've got a kind of a crusty, moldy s'more at the bottom of my backpack.
All right.
Okay.
I stick
Pull it
the
on
crusty
out.
moldy s'more in the mouth of the skull and see what happens.
Nothing seems to happen, but Murray's. Oh, this is great. Thanks.
Welcome.
You bet. And the good news is I can keep giving you this same s'more.
Yeah.
You'll get to enjoy it many more times.
Oh,
Okay.
I start poking at the sparkly jar. Does anything happen when I kind of poke at it?
you're gonna pick up the sparkly jar?
No, I'm poking at it, kind of making it wiggle on the shelf a little bit.
Nothing is happening. It wiggles.
Tony, I'm back here at the runes, just trying to figure out anything. Have I figured out anything?
I
Is this one of those puzzles where we just roll and you tell us the answer?
Is there an Arcana thing?
yeah. Roll Arcana.
16.
Do you want to step onto one of the runes?
Yes, I do.
So all the runes are glowing, kind of a kind of pleasing blue. They kind of pulse.
Yeah.
Which rune do you want to step onto, Melik?
B.
All right, you step onto the B rune. That is the south east corner of the rune. You are swarmed by bees. No, does what it's. Hey,
Logical.
you're lucky you didn't step on the Q rune. No, the rune.
You've been standing there
in
for a
line
long
forever.
time.
That
the
jerk would
rune,
show up and put us through a series of psychological tests.
Yeah, the rune. It kind of seems to start glowing, kind of a red color. Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, I'd like to.
Murray says, "Yeah, we figuring out what those runes do is pretty important.
I step off it.
It goes back to blue."
Okay.
Well, if you take all of the letters that aren't present on that grid and you mush them around a little bit, you can spell expandigus.
Listeners, if you can come up with a stupider solution to this puzzle, write to me at stevelutz at totalpartykill.gmail.fakeemail.com.
I can
Wait, we
take
get
out
email addresses?
agony from that, and I'm left with Dep sucks.
I will call into the hallway.
You have to spell with an X, though.
It looks like if we. You guys got a skull. Neat.
Murray says, "Hello, I like your
Hi.
orb."
Thank you. I like your mandible. Do you know if that's your skull or did they just create a skull for you to be in?
I'm not gonna lie. This is all very new to me.
Did you have any noticeable head wounds that we might be able to tell with that? Look, anyway, it looks like if we stand on certain squares, they turn red. It's going to be hard to spell out a word since there's only one vowel, though. I think we can spell out brim, but that's about it, boggle-wise.
With my knowledge of Dwarven, do we really need vowels?
You're a fan of vowels.
Fan of vowels. Okay. Lots of vowels. It's probably that's going to be one of them. Great.
I mean, I could probably jump to a specific square if you told me which one to jump to.
Have you stood on any square except the B and seen?
No, I was going to try to do it alphabetically, even though this isn't actually our language. But then the next one is F, and that's way over there, and I can't jump 30 feet.
You mean C?
Somebody could probably throw you 30 feet.
Can't you drop like I don't know?
Feet.
I'm gonna go look at the other door.
Malik, just to point out, that is a space within Undermountain you can see.
Yeah.
You got that. You still got that ring.
Can I push down on it with Mage Hand?
On the space?
On C, yeah.
It doesn't seem to give at all.
20 pounds. Oh, okay.
20 pounds? Nope, does not. I mean, whoa.
All right, Siri. Tony already took care of it.
The space you're on did not physically move at all either. Just the room changed color. Peter, you headed over to the door with the flame iconography on it.
Yeah, I'd like to investigate this and see what the deal is with this door since it was closed, right?
Yep, it was closed. So there's something written in Dwarven. Oh, Rizwan already read it on those doors.
The Hall of Fire.
Yep.
Can I see if the door is open or trapped or locked or what?
Sure. Roll me a perception check.
16.
The door appears unlocked and untrapped.
I've still got the skull, by the way.
Oh, you can. I've given you all control of the skull.
Oh boy!
Yeah, surely I will not regret that later.
Oh no, we're keeping him forever. He can be like
Mariah says, like, oh yeah, us. We called that one the fire door. We decided to start with the potion door. It just seemed prudent.
Maybe it's like an inn.
So you got one door in, you turned into a skull, and everybody else vanished or died.
Look, adventuring is not something you plan.
I open the door.
Yeah,
all right.
You do.
The door leads to this door is this hallway is lit with torches.
Ah,
this hallway is lit.
You can see that the hallway heads off to the southwest, where it seems to then turn to the west, and a kind of a rush of warm air hits your face, Peter.
There's just I relay this information to my people.
All
right, they're still forging around in the potion room. Back in the potion room, Flessed, you are staring at the jar full of shiny red rocks. Have you taken them?
I am picking that jar up.
All right, you take the jar. Rizwan, what are you up to?
Just looking at it.
I'm investigating all of the potions just to see if there's anything useful. I mean, I was thinking about the five trials, and like there are 4 doors here, and there was maybe some
statues.
The 5th one is like maybe the numbers or the letters in the middle of the thing. So this is clearly a riddle of some variety, I've decided.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to look for anything that's jumping out at me.
All right. So I mean, there are almost probably 1,000 bottles and jars and vials of all shapes and sizes. Lots of liquids. Some of them more viscous or sludge-like than others. Some of them hard to tell because of the material of the bottle itself. Some clouds of gas. Some things that there's several that seem to have some kind of creatures inside them. Mm-hmm. One right near you looks like it's got leeches in it. Anything that you want to inspect as you're just kind of looking through them all, and it's kind of overwhelming how many. Is there anything that would catch your attention that you'd be looking for in particular?
Do I know what like a potion of like knowledge looks like?
A potion of knowledge,
or something like that.
Give me I don't know, what would that be? That would be Arcana. Give me an Arcana check.
Sadly, you'd need a potion of knowledge to know that.
Let's see. Arcana. I do not have great Arcana. But that doesn't matter because I rolled a 19.
You are looking around and you think that you know what a potion of knowledge would look like, and you find one. It's kind of like a beer bottle shaped little vial, and it's got like a fizzy blue liquid in it. And you would know if it's actually a well brewed potion of knowledge, it would be kind of sweet and bubbly.
Well, I'm going to double check this one with Melik because I know that he's much better at the Arcana than I am. So I'm going to pick up that bottle and then walk towards Melik and be like, hey, is this a potion of knowledge?
As soon as Rizwan walks away, I put the sparkly rock thing in Akrid's bag.
Akrid, someone has loaded a jar full of rocks into your backpack.
I don't know if I noticed. She's very sneaky.
Yeah, and you're big.
I rolled
Like,
a 4.
It's in there with your other rocks that you've been carrying around this whole time.
Yeah, and a
I've been
minotaur.
wondering why your backpack has been getting heavier and heavier
Yeah.
as we've been traveling along.
That's just the you get weary on the adventure.
That's right.
I grabbed some of the potions to put into the. I have no clue about them.
All right, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give you. You have 3. Do you want liquid, solids, gases? What do you want?
I think the buzzing. I'll do one of everything. Liquid,
All right.
gas. Like I'll just take a variety.
Okay, I'm gonna count the buzzing as a solid. So
Okay.
yeah,
There's none that look like little baby dragons or anything.
no, I would let you know if there was one that had one or more baby dragons in it.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know anything about potions of knowledge?
Yeah, sure. Roll Arcana.
31.
Yeah, that sounds made up.
Wow.
There's no such thing as a potion of knowledge. I don't know what you have there.
You don't?
Do
Are
I?
you sure with that Arcana roll?
Am I sure
You feel pretty certain.
that I don't know what it is?
Can you identify it, maybe? Like,
Can I try to identify this potion?
Sure.
14.
You're not sure what it is.
I would not drink this until you are safe and near some medical professionals.
I'm gonna put it down then.
Like in your backpack or like on the ground?
Like back just on the
Put it in
ground.
Akrid's
Okay.
backpack.
Yeah.
How many potions can I hold in my backpack? Since there's already one.
You probably don't want too many because they'll clatter around in there. But how about you have 5 potions? How about that?
Fair enough. Is there any that are black with a death thing on it?
That one seems to have been used up.
Fair enough. Okay, 5 random potions
All right.
and 1 sparkle.
Yeah, Alestrin, what are you up to?
Just chilling.
All right, just taking in this whole rune potion situation.
Yeah. I'm coming up with acronyms.
Peter.
Peter shouts down the hallway, "Hello, anybody down there?"
Hello, anybody down there? Hello, anybody down there?
This
That goes
where
back
it all
at you.
goes wrong in
Yeah.
the Balrog scene.
Mhm.
All right. Alestrin springs into action and he checks out the drop door.
You are going to traverse the tile floors of runes. head-
Yeah, I guess I would have to do that, wouldn't I? I'm going to
Mhm.
step on the R while Melik is standing on the B. There, just
All right.
Oof.
It kind of glows faintly red.
Okay. I move up to the Z.
Red.
Okay. Is it the whole room glowing red or just the rune?
The rune.
The
The rune.
And
individual.
the R stops glowing after he gets off.
Yeah,
of
after
it.
you leave, it's.
And now I'm on the C.
All right. It glows red, and then as you step off, it goes back to blue.
Interesting. All right. I'm going to examine the drop door.
All right. Do you speak Dwarven?
I do not.
There is something written in Dwarven on this door, and it's a big stone door with a drop of something as an icon. A drop of liquid is the icon worked into it. The door appears. You want to roll perception?
Does it appear to be trapped with a perception of 25?
It appears untrapped and unlocked.
I have a proposal.
Yes.
They said there
I
was
do.
something about a riddle of 5. So I think that means it's a 5-letter word, and the only way we're going to get that with only one vowel here is the word birth. So at some point we should have somebody stand on the B, I, R, T, and H.
There's also mirth.
Yeah, but birth feels more, I don't know, the word I thought of first.
Or Firth. Like,
Yeah, Colin Firth.
or I was thinking more like a Firth isn't kind of like a fjord, right?
Oh,
Yeah, the Firth of Forth is a phrase I have heard at some point in my life.
Various coastal waters in Scotland and even a strait.
mm.
Anyway, go back to your door.
Yeah. Alestin, you stand before the drop door.
I'm gonna pop it open, take a look inside.
All right.
Stealthily.
Stealthily,
Yes.
you roll stealth.
Sure. That's a 26.
So far, our adventurers have not been very eager to open doors. You open the door. There's a long hallway heading off to the northeast. After a little ways, it makes a jog to the east, and you can't see around that corner from here. I'm assuming you have low light vision because if you have your
I do.
elven eyes, would you like to head down the hall and look around the corner?
I would like to examine the floor first, since
You
it's
examine the
drop door
floor.
that I'm standing behind.
Yes.
That's not as good. It's 16.
Seems like fine dwarven craftsmanship. Would
I'm
be
gonna go
ashamed. Would be ashamed to cover this up with any kind of carpet. Is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna walk over to the door that Alestin
right.
is at, and
As you
read
pass
it,
over the
because I
tiles,
noticed-
they briefly glint red, and then back to blue as you leave them, and you make your way to the drop door to the
What
north.
does it say?
Oh, what does it say? Written in Dwarven on the thing. I forgot. You can speak Dwarven.
I do.
It says, where is my stuff? It says Chamber of Blood.
Okay, hey Alestrin, this says Chamber of Blood.
Okay.
That doesn't sound pleasant. Just gonna point that
I
out.
feel like that's it depends on your values.
I like blood inside me.
I think Peter still needs some.
No more blood.
Well,
Rizwin, do you want, just for completeness, do you want to walk over and look at the fourth door?
yes, I would
follow her
actually.
over.
All right. That one has written in Draconic. It says Den of Ice.
Oh, I don't speak Draconic.
I'm sorry, Dwarven. That would be weird if 3 doors were in Dwarven and 1 door was in Draconic. That would be
Hey.
bad dungeon mastering. So you have read on various doors. You have read something that described the 5 trials, and on these 4 doors you see the Hall of Fire, the Chamber of Blood, the Sanctum of Vials, and the Den of Ice. Your classic 4 elements: ice, fire, blood, jars.
Vials.
Yeah, jars.
Well, there are
Yes,
there's
I,
a B,
F,
a V,
B,
an
and
I,
an
and an F.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I suggest we stand on those 4 tiles and see what happens.
Dibs on the vowel.
Did I?
Okay, I go stand on the I.
I will go where I'm told.
I'm still on B, so that sounds great.
I stand on F.
That's not how you
I
spell
c-
birth.
I can't read, so somebody's
Okay,
gonna.
I'll
Have to
stand.
just
No, I was
just-
over here, so I'm just going to stand on V. And Rizwin, go stand on the F there,
Wait, why?
because those are the letters of the
Fire.
4 chambers.
Is
Ice,
that
blood,
the?
vials, and fire.
Is that actually true in Dwarven as well?
Let's say yes. I don't super know how going back and forth between languages works.
in D&D.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think in D&D they just do letter replacement, and we assume that
Okay.
maybe it was more complicated than that. But none of, and when I say you, I also include myself. None of us are actually literate in Dwarven, so I'm not going to require any puzzles in which you
As
have to speak Dwarven.
As far as you know.
As far as I know.
Stand on the F.
All right, so you stand on 4 of the tiles, attempting to represent the initials of starting of blood, fire, vials, and ice. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
All of the tiles glow red as you stand on them.
That
But nothing else happens.
Nothing
I'm
else.
gonna stand
happens.
on C for chamber.
Nothing. It glows red. So far, the only reaction you've gotten is standing on a tile causes it to go from blue to red, and moving off of it returns to its blue.
Let's step on all of the tiles once just to see if any of the tiles change to a different color.
You do
I like
that,
that.
and same effect for all tiles.
Okay.
What if we spell out birth?
You try that, still red.
Let's try mirth.
Still red.
First?
Filth.
Girth.
Ooh, filth.
Oh,
I like filth.
That's a good one.
Filth, still red. Other words that you just said?
I'm
Zilch.
gonna look at the hallway of fire and check for traps and go down it.
All right. The Hall of Fire is unique from the other halls in that it is lit with torches in sconces. That's a quality Dungeons and Dragons word to say. There's sconces, and it is also, the air is very warm. You give me a quick perception check.
12.
The hallway appears untrapped. Flessa stands nearby.
Yeah,
Cool.
I'm ready to follow. I'm curious.
All right, I'm checking it out.
All right,
I'm
Peter.
at the corner.
Peter will follow too.
I'll go down.
It looks
just in
warm
case
and
there's
cheery.
trouble.
Maybe there's beer.
There is no beer. Sorry. There is a set of significantly less ornate double doors at the end of the hallway where the hallway turns to the west.
Why couldn't it be a chamber of beer?
I mean, there's a chamber of vials.
I bet one of them has beer.
All right, can I'm gonna investigate the doors.
All right.
Perception check. Let's see.
Does it feel warm to the touch?
19.
+1.
It feels warm to the touch. It feels unlocked. It feels untrapped.
How does it taste?
I'm not
Spicy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna peek sneakily. I don't
All
know
right.
if I have any kind of stealth, but we're gonna find out. I got +1 to stealth. Yeah, I got a 17.
All right.
Also,
You pop the doors open. More torches, more sconces. There is a long, narrow hallway marked with many suspicious divots in the floors, walls, and ceilings. Whoever designed this dungeon was just not even trying to hide it. At the far end of the hallway, there is a statue. It's like a dwarf with a hammer and anvil, but he is posed somewhat strangely. He's holding one hand up, and there's something glinting in the hand. As if on cue, gouts of flame begin to spurt from the holes in the wall and the ceiling and floor, blocking your view of the statue.
But there was something sparkly, is what you're telling me.
There was something sparkly.
the floor has runes on it.
Those are holes for fire. That's what those represent.
Oh.
Pardon me, I'm just going to move your tile so I can move the door. Zoop. Yes, from my limited map visuals, those represent holes with fire bursting out of them.
Cool.
So we can't see the far end of the hallway anymore?
You can maybe occasionally, not really. There's bursts of fire all moving between you and it.
Do you think there's a potion for fire retardancy?
There could also be just potions of fire.
I would like to not be burned.
Hmm.
Hey, Malik, can you recognize potions of fire immunity? Is that a thing?
I think that is a thing.
Let me think about it. I rolled a 31 on Arcana. Is that such a thing that I could recognize?
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. You bet there's something that would give you resist 5 fire damage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Only resist 5?
Yeah.
Does he know what it'll look
Is
like?
the flame shooting out like consistently, or is there any kind of a pattern to
This is your classic video game Temple of Doom style, like,
So are they timed?
Probably they're timed by something, right?
Okay, I'm gonna see if I
Alestrian,
can.
do you want to give me a perception check?
I sure do. 14 plus 26.
Alestrian, you're a ranger. You've ranged. You've got fine elven eyes. You think that it's possible if somebody was acrobatic and knew the timing that they could move like a ninja across that hallway and hopefully not be burned to death.
With that 26, do I detect anything in the timing? Can I?
You would think that somebody would have to be pretty good at acrobatics to make it across.
Somebody is pretty good at acrobatics.
Is it you?
It is
Not me.
How did you guess?
Somebody get Flessa down here. One of the
Plus
bosses.
is also good at acrobatics.
I've been staring at this for a while. Like, I wonder if I went that way, and then I did a little backflip there, and then a hippity hop like over the front, sort of thing.
This trap was made for Flessa.
Malik, I think we should still find maybe a potion see if there's any potions that might protect her from fire.
I would like to
before she
examine the
attempts.
wall for an off switch.
Ooh,
All right.
good idea.
Roll perception.
23.
You do not see an off switch.
Just looking at it, do I feel like there's, Flessa's kind of impetuous, so it wouldn't necessarily have to be immediately obvious, but Flessa's not completely, she doesn't have a death wish. Let's put it that way. So if it doesn't even look like there would be a place to plant for a handspring, then she definitely wouldn't even try it. But do I think that maybe it would be worth, or is it just constant gouts of flame? Like it never stops in the first.
Do you tell you what? You are a trained, nimble thief and rogue. Give me a quick perception check, and I will, based on your your check and what you know about moving through stuff, I'll tell you how hard it would be.
I rolled a 20 on the die, so that's
okay.
a 28 since I'm standing near Olestrin.
Here's what you would need to do, because you literally rolled a 20. You would need every square that has a fire trap on it, which you could figure out how many there are between you and the statue at the end. Every time you moved onto one of the squares, you would need to make a DC 20 acrobatics check. So you would need to get a 20 or higher. If you get a 20 or higher, you avoid the fire. If you don't, the fire is going to attack you. It will attack your reflex, and there is a chance you might get hit by fire.
Itching to go.
If we tear off one of the doors, could we just put it over the little spout hole with fire so that
they're all
over? So you could spend a lot of work. I would tell you also, Flessa, that you could probably if you could disable a fire hole with a DC 20 thievery check, but there are like dozens of them. It would take you hours it would take you probably days to disable all of them.
What if we sat Flessa on one of the little slabs of thing and we just push her down across it?
Well, they're also in the ceiling and walls. So
I feel like I could make it and probably only get lightly singed.
I have gone over to look for fire retardation potions.
All right. Brisbane, do you want to help Malik with that?
Yes, I would.
Flessa, your bosses are gone. To feel like you get the pattern?
Yeah.
All right, give me
to it.
You know what? You already rolled a critical. You feel like you know what the pattern is.
Okay.
You could not be more ready.
Ready to go.
Rizwin and Melik, there are thousands of vials. Melik, this is your first time in the Sanctum of Vials. Give me some perception checks to find the vial that you're looking for among the hundreds, if not thousands, of vials in here.
Perception.
Yeah, that's like a searching thing, right?
Oh, I was hoping for Arcana.
Well, you know what it looks like.
I have to delete that tens digit.
11. Has Melik described to me what they would look like?
I think so.
It's kind of a dark orange. It looks like it should be bubbling, but it's very slow. Have you heard of a lava lamp?
I got a 20.
All right, it takes you guys a good 10 minutes, but you eventually find a potion that seems to meet your criteria. Meanwhile, back in the Hall of Fire, Flessa, it's been a minute. It's been 2 minutes. It has been 3 minutes since your boss has left.
It's been.
Reference acknowledged.
Canadian.
CanCon. I really just wanted to start jumping, but
it's been 4 minutes.
I yell, "Bosses, can I just go?"
They're still searching. They don't hear you. 5 minutes.
We're pretty far away.
Yeah.
I think I turn to Alester and I say, "I think I heard a yes. Did you hear a yes?"
Alestrin?
Sure.
Off I go.
All right. All right. So, have you counted how many squares it is, Erica?
7, 8, was it?
All right. So, give me an acrobatics check as you enter the first square.
Okay. That is 12 plus 15. So
higher than 20.
Yep.
Give me an acrobatics check for square number 2.
That is higher than 20.
Square number 3. riveting Dungeons and Dragons. Felessa is like, timing and darting, and she's like leaping off the walls and the floor. At one point, she has to like push herself off the ceiling.
That was this time because I rolled a 20 on the die.
All right.
Nice.
Lester
Keep going.
Says, that might have been the wind.
Was that was?
God, I'm missing this.
That's you're halfway there, I believe. That's 4 rolls.
Yep.
All right, give me another one.
That's a 17 on the die. So.
All right.
Wait, come back.
Wait. Oh, 17 on the die. All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. Way more than 20.
All right.
I'm not very good at arithmetic. And way more than 20.
All right. What is your modifier?
Plus 15.
Plus 15.
Okay, so there was still like a 25% chance you would have gotten
Totally.
hit by one of them. Okay,
Yep.
So you did well in that you rolled 8 and never got below that. So you get to the end of the hallway. Your friends are now separated from you by a moving wall of fire. You stand by a life-size statue of a dwarf with he's holding a hammer over an anvil, and he is holding in an outstretched hand. It looks like something glinting.
I'm checking for traps. She said.
Hey, did you check for traps?
Dejectedly.
Check for an off switch.
That's a 19.
This entire hallway is a trap. Did you notice all the fire stuff?
Not really.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense.
So what is it that's glinting? I see something sparkly.
Yeah, it looks like a large metal key.
Ooh. How far up off the ground is it? Like, am I...
Not that far. It's a dwarven statue, and he's holding it kind of out at in a friendly way. So
right.
not far.
I am going to. So is it in the square, like directly in front of me?
Yeah, right in front of you.
All right, then I'm going to reach out
Mm-hmm.
and gingerly take the key all
With
the
which
time. Right hand. All the
Right.
time.
Can I
being
hold your
ready-
character sheet for just a second?
No. Being ready to do a backflip back through the fire.
All right.
Always
In
ready
case-
to do a backflip.
In case somehow the key is worse than the wall of fire behind you, you're ready to backflip into the fire.
Yeah.
All right. As you pick up the key, you hear a click and a hissing noise, and all of the fire spouts turn off. You're now
There's an off
holding.
switch. I knew it was around here somewhere.
You're now holding. It's kind of a large, oversized, kind of metal key, and it's got kind of a fancy flame symbol similar to the door worked into the design of it. It's
Are there
yours.
Anything
Please.
else
on it?
here?
Please note that on your character sheet.
Is there anything else like takeable?
Nope. Even if it was not part of a statue, that anvil would be very happy.
All right. I am going to tumble all the way back through.
All right,
just in case.
you roll
Just
like
for
Sonic the
fun.
Hedgehog back down the hallway, arriving just in time as Melik and Rizwood walk into the hallway with the special flame resistance potions they found. Potion singular.
She bowls
that they
into
found.
all of us and we all fall.
Like bowling pins. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, this will still come in handy at some point.
Sure.
Found a key.
Probably.
Oh,
So you have found a
key.
large, oversized key with a fire insignia.
Is this the key to the
Worked into the design.
dungeon? Like an honorary key that you get from the mayor?
It does seem like it probably is larger than would fit in any kind of traditional sized lock. And the and even the do you want to inspect it, somebody?
Sure. I'll take a look
I'm
at it.
showing it off. So
Does it have
Yeah.
a dwarven on it?
I'm going to have a look too. 24.
23.
I will tell you, it does look to Rizwin and Alestrin, it does look like it is of dwarven manufacture. The other thing is it looks like the design of it feels kind of more like ceremonial or ornamental. Like it does not look like it would. You have trouble imagining that there would be a lock that would be very secure that this key would unlock.
Hey, gang, what happens if we put that on the F?
Let's find out.
I don't know. I run over.
You run across the room, back into the central chamber with all the tiles.
And I stop
And what do
here
you-
and I toss it at the F.
All right, you toss it at the F.
Yep.
The F tile glows green.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Flessa is not colorblind, so she can see the difference.
Okay.
I'm impressed by her shooting skills.
Hey, can we put Man Ray or whatever his name is, Johnny the Skull?
Murray.
Murray, thank you.
Murray.
On the M.
I like that better.
Yeah.
On the V?
The V, yeah.
Yeah, I'll put him
yeah,
on the
yeah,
V. Yeah,
He's the vile guy.
I'm carrying him
It gl-
around.
It glows red. Murray looks at you with his dead, empty eye sockets and
shit.
says, "I'm not a key. I'm a skull."
Well, that's not really.
You've been
At least
very
you've
clear
accepted
about
you're
that.
a skull now, so that's good.
I like
Yeah,
how
I'm
easily
gonna-
offended he got.
Okay,
I'm
how about
gonna
this?
go back to the potion room and see if I can
Mhm.
find anything that looks like a key.
All right.
I'm going to put the fire retardation potion on the V because it's a thing we looked for and found.
It does not do it.
Okay.
I think it's not even heavy enough to get a
Oh,
reaction out of the thing. All right. Do you want to apply your combined efforts to the thousands of potions?
Yes, let's search
Sure.
for a key or something else similar that seems like it might solve this puzzle.
All right. Because before you were
Key-shaped
just kind of
bottle.
looking around, and now you're a little bit more focused, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So what are you looking for?
Anything that might hold a key of some variety.
Okay. So probably you're looking for bottles that are maybe things that you can't see all the way through, since like if it's a liquid and it's transparent enough, you don't need to check that, right? So you're
We
a
can
little
ignore
bit more
those.
focused. So there, all of you are focusing your efforts on that. Melik and Peter, you're coming too.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you give me 6 perception checks, and I'll tell you about the 6 or more things that you find. Rizwin, you were first. What'd you get?
I rolled a natural fail.
You rolled a natural fail. You are searching through these things. You find something that looks somewhat like it might be beer, though it's in a very strange, like in a little test tube.
Oh, it's one of those places.
Do you want to take or keep or imbibe that
Hey,
vial?
Melik, can you double check me here? Just because I don't want to drink random shit.
I don't
Melik's
think you
pretty
should.
busy.
Is this an IPA?
Ugh.
Intentionally poison adventurer. Yes.
Mm.
Can somebody look at this? I don't like IPAs.
Flessa, give me a perception check.
Woo. That's a 12.
You find something that looks like it's a jar of leeches.
Ooh.
These don't even sparkle.
Alestrin, give me a perception check.
I did. I got a 30.
You got a 30. You find a jar of something. It smells kind of sweet. It looks like there's kind of like a popcorn-like substance in it. But you were focused on that jar because you saw something glinting inside amongst the popcorn.
I'm gonna pop it open.
All right. You are
Careful,
looking.
you won't be able to stop.
You're all kind of overwhelmed by the smell of it's like kind of a very honey sweet smell of whatever it is inside this jar that Alestrin has just opened. Akrid, give me a perception check.
9.
You find something, your eye is drawn to it because it's labeled in Draconic. And it seems, the language is a little bit weird. You think it says no lie juice.
Ooh. I grabbed that as well.
All right. Peter Dragonforge.
Critical success.
You find something that is it's labeled Bahamut brand sleep aid.
Ooh.
Solid brand.
I take it.
And
It's trustworthy.
who am I missing?
Me.
Melik, give me a perception check.
I rolled a 10. I have already spent 10 minutes looking at all these, if that helps.
You rolled a 10. You know that bottle that Alestrin picked up seemed pretty great. I will tell you, you find a jar that looks potentially useful. It looks like it's basically a jar with a cloud of acid inside of it, and you're like, that might be useful.
I have a counterintuitive suggestion.
Mm.
What if we just smash all of these and see if there's anything solid left over?
There's bees in one.
Yes, it has been established that there's bees, and I literally just told you that you're holding a jar with a cloud of acid in it.
Can we
I'm
not
an
do that?
adventurer.
You're also a wizard, and I think it occurs to you that several of these probably are combustible by themselves, let alone together.
You're right. We should stand off at a distance, and I do it with mage hand.
No, can we not? Can we not do that?
Also,
please?
yeah,
Fire magic missiles into the wall.
No.
Alestrin, you have opened the sweet-smelling jar of snacks.
Good for me.
What do you want to do?
Something in it that's
Something-
like you have
something-
to eat. You
something
know, you
caught
have
your
to
eye.
eat all the popcorn to get the treat in the bottom.
Something other than the
The Cracker
popcorn
Jack
glinted.
box.
What if I eat the treat though? It's going to be like 6 to 8 hours before we can finish this puzzle.
What if you just poured it out?
Just pour them out. Dig through. You know how it is. Pour them out, and then we'll.
Where?
I
What are
enjoyed
you going
that.
to pour them out into?
Like the floor?
Why don't you use capes? One of our capes.
What if we poured it into Murray's mouth? He seemed to enjoy that with the smell.
Murray is
no,
still
he did
Murray is
want
still
to
sitting
eat
on
stuff.
the V tile, and he's surly about it.
Oh,
All right, I
I'll pick him up and bring
get
him.
Murray and bring him
Oh,
back
you're
and
gonna
open
get
his
him.
mouth, and we're gonna pour some popcorn in there.
I'm not hungry.
You said you
That
wanted
one
something to eat.
s'more did it for
He
him.
makes kind of a muffled sound as you pour more popcorn into his thing.
Eat. You're not even skin and bones.
After you pour out about half of the honeyed popcorn-like substance, it is clear that there is a small, tiny key with kind of a potion symbol at the head of the key in that jar.
Nice. To the V.
Acrid is very sad. There is no toy.
Mm-hmm.
The toy. Is
The
key.
toy is the key.
Hmm.
So also the popcorn was probably great, but now you've poured it into a skull.
We poured some of it in. Asked Murray, how does it taste?
To be fair, we
Sweet.
poured it through a skull. We could still eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys didn't have like a colander under the skull. Now it
I was
just
just-
fell
I'll
on the
pick it up
floor.
off the floor and eat
5
it.
second
Trust
rule.
me, I've been dungeoning for long
Acrid?
enough. That's not going to stop
What
me.
if we
Okay,
just turn him
Acrid,
upside
hold
down
on,
and use
hold
him
on.
as a popcorn bowl?
That's rude. Also, merchandising. So, Acrid, did you actually want to eat some popcorn off the floor?
I'm going to eat one piece of popcorn off the floor and hope
All
not
right.
to die.
Can you roll me? Just roll me a Constitution check. No reason.
Oh, Jesus.
You're gonna have 2 skulls.
8.
8. So the problem is, you eat one piece, and it is so delicious. You immediately then eat all of the pieces
You
off the
can't
floor.
stop.
I told you.
Sorry.
Exactly what Monty said.
You regain a healing surge.
Yay!
Oh, yay.
Nice.
Yay! Healing
Awesome.
surges popcorn.
Acrid has eaten roughly one half of the popcorn.
Oh, Peter.
Sorry, guys.
Peter immediately eats the
Yeah.
rest of the popcorn.
How do you, because Acrid just had that regain one healing surge look.
I look so
Oh.
tough and strong.
she gave me
after.
the look. She was like, "This is Bahamut popcorn. Get this now."
Okay.
Popcorn.
All right, Peter regains
Good
a healing
stuff.
surge. There is
Yay.
you now have just a sweet, sticky, empty jar.
This
Um,
popcorn is just for people that have been inside crocodiles.
Yep.
Tony, are you wearing the skull shirt in honor of Moray?
Look, I don't study this adventure too closely, but everything's connected. Follow the money.
There's money.
Hey,
Yeah, 2,000 gold pieces.
yeah, 2,000 gold pieces. It came out of a face. What
Oh,
do you
yeah.
want?
Well, 1200
So
now.
you have 2 keys. One of them you have done stuff with. Would you like to do something with this
To the
key?
V.
Yeah,
to
to
the
the
V.
Do it. Do
To
it.
the B. You go
The
to the V or B? Enunciate,
V.
people.
It's
V
a vial.
for vials.
Vials.
V as
All
in
right,
vial.
you go
Vials,
to-
not bottles.
Yep. You go to the V rune. It glows red.
What?
To the B.
Try
To the
bottles.
B. The B rune also glows red.
Well, okay. I walk
Chamber.
from floor to
Chamber
floor
vials.
Yeah.
C.
until we find one that lights up.
Oh, Lestrin, can you show me where you are on the tile? Because this might be important.
Oh.
Wait.
You've
give
done
me a
V and
second.
B.
Give me a second.
Yep.
So this was the sanctum of vials, but there's
Yep.
no S.
Mm-mm.
And the flame one ended up at F, which is way over there.
I did just throw the key. I
You
did
did
not
just
actually
throw the
stand.
key. It's still lying on that tile, glowing green.
Okay.
Did we not lay the key down on the V and walk away?
Yeah, you tried that. It
Okay.
glowed red.
Let me
E
just
and V didn't work.
mage hand it to every letter.
Idea.
All right. I want you to show me which letters it goes
Right.
to.
I'm starting at V.
Nothing.
That-
Red.
Q,
Red.
M,
Red.
B,
Red.
R,
R room.
Red.
K,
Oh.
Red.
J,
Red.
I.
Green.
All right.
I for what's this room called again?
What does I stand for? Is there any meaning to this? Is it possible that my puzzle is bad or that the adventurers completely misunderstand it? Will they find the two other keys that are probably needed for this puzzle? Is this stupid? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
That was funny.
Wow.
The end.
We're part way to the word 5, but there's no E.
Oh.
Except, that's it's hard.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
could make the B into an E with a little bit of work.
Yes, just to face
I'm
that.
sure it works the same in dwarven runes as it does.
Well,
in-
you know, I am not.
just write whatever word we want on these.
I,
we just
before,
need to spell out Colin Firth.
I have generally avoided doing puzzles in D&D podcast form. And we'll find out if I ever do them again based on how well this goes next time. Yeah, Jason, do you want to take us off the live stream?
I am going to. So thank you to the live stream
you,
for
Mark.
Is
tuning
anyone
in.
still listening?
It looks like there are, and I don't know
Amazing.
how. But you're amazing people, and now we say goodbye.
Goodbye.